Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for Jack to put the thing up.
Oh, Lime can't be in.
Sorry, I'm leaving. I'm saying make sure you're starting.
Alright, welcome everybody. It's Webcam League. It's me and my friend Necrotic in tonight from Creative Shock. I don't know what I
G'day.
can do about looking so hella bright today. I think it's because I have so many things going on my screen. Yeah! I look beautiful. Maybe it's a bit of lighting. What's going on, Necrotic? How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, great. I mean, what a time of my life, you know? Just playing Grand Archive, working hard, webcam casting with my best friend. What else do we need?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect Tuesday night in for the next couple of hours to watch some Grand Archive games.
Right? Holy.
Hmm.
So what have you been
Did you
playing?
get the?
There you go.
Sorry, you go first.
No, you go. You
I was
go,
gonna ask,
mate. You go.
did you
I'm
manage to
busy.
catch much of the Ascent over at Toronto over the weekend?
Did I manage to catch much of the Ascent? Yeah, I did get to watch a couple of hours, and I definitely enjoyed. There was a lot of Vanitas. Was I think that I'm interested to see. I know the card instantly got changed. I'm interested to see what comes out of it. If we're gonna get a lot of new stuff for New Zealand Ascent, like where are we going right now? Like I'm really keen to the new decks forming after watching the first. I haven't deep dived the decks though to see what was played.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to see what tonight with the new errata change in for 3 visits. So
Yeah, true. If people still play it, I need to. Like you keep talking if you want to talk about stuff. I just gotta
yeah,
be.
sure.
I'm now creating the.
Oh, yeah, still setting the games. Gotcha. Yeah.
I've
So
got to set
rounds
up
will be
this
starting
webcam
shortly,
now.
guys. The new errata change now it requires you to rest your champion to be able to activate the 3 visits, which is a big change. What we were seeing over the weekend in Toronto was with the Razor Gale calling card being played, a constant being able to activate the 3 visits 3 times on the turn because it wasn't a mandatory requirement to rest your champion to activate the card. So yeah, nice change. So it's not so aggressive and so heavy right away into the game, and feels like some other heroes and champions will be able to keep up with the game.
Yeah. What else did we see across the day? Did you look at the top 8?
Top 8 pretty much consisted of Vanitas except for one person which was playing a Wind Merlin. So I believe they finished 3rd overall, the Wind Merlin. So good effort to them.
Right. That's sick. So it's all Vanitas and Wind Merlin, did you say?
Yeah, yep. Or 7 Vanitas in the top 8. So
Fuck,
it was a very
what?
powerful deck.
Yeah, see, I didn't watch it because it was a different time. I haven't been able to watch the top 8. I've like watched glimpses, been work, and I watched more of the start, which more. When I saw Vanitas, I was like, God Almighty! It would have been just like fast play and people trying to hold for, and I'm glad they made the change for it pretty quickly.
G'day, Luke. How's it going?
All right, now I can shift just to the first game. Hopefully, you can see it. We're going to transition across. I've done some updating. You'll have see that I can now update stuff, but it got a bit of work here to do. So I believe this is Vulpixie down the bottom for us.
Yes.
On 0 health
yes.
points, and who is he playing at the top? Who is current?
So someone named Kishi.
Kishi Khan.
So we're just joining as the game starting, which is great.
Forgive me, viewers at home. I'm now the background editor while casting. So you've asked for 0 health points. We now have 0 points. We've got names. I can also do card names. So I've got Sylvie looking at the moment. Let's say we see a Spirit of Fire coming out. If I do this correctly.
Okay, so it looks like Spirit of Fire is being played. And increasing danger right up to bring up the influence count. Exciting.
Let's go. That is like one of my favorite cards, I think, in the game.
Yeah. great way to cycle your deck nice and quick and build up the influence, but it comes with a bit of risk as well to be able to give your opponent some extra cards they can react with on your turn. So,
Ooh, into a slime. Okay, Baby Grey. That's just in the normal fire deck. What? Okay.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So it must be a fire Sylvie type of hybrid running.
Gonna have to spell the cards these correctly every time. Let's get my spelling correct. It's not Baby Grey slime.
So moving over to the Vulpixie's turn. Spirit of Fire materialization.
First
Yeah, I
Spirit of
wonder what
Fire.
she's playing.
Need to rotate. What is the name of the Baby Grey? Is it not Baby Grey?
The what, sorry? The Baby Grey?
Yeah.
The Baby Grey slime.
Yeah, is it spelled Baby Grey? Baby Grey?
Yeah, Baby Grey slime. Yeah, that's right.
Grey wrong.
Yeah, Gray, I think is it?
I'm spelling EY, dude. This is user error here.
So we're trying to. There it is, everyone.
There it is.
It was there for a partial second.
Okay, what's coming out here from Vulpixie? Look, a lot of cards down.
Yep.
Looks
so
like Arthur coming out.
Yeah, and as well as a Clumsy Apprentice, so taking 2 damage on the on enter effect there to draw an additional card. Baby Grey retaliated, killing it.
Yeah, thanks. This is now me just like writing to an index correct. Production quality goes up. Let's go. So what did you also play there with air? Because there's more than 4 cards. What else was played?
So the Clumsy Apprentice was played. So that was a 2 cost. And then the 4 cost for Arthur, as well as the 1 cost still in memory from the early increasing danger.
So Korean took 2 health?
Yeah, for the Clumsy Apprentice on enter, Korean took 2.
Okay. Backup charger coming out. Pre-rack. Hell yeah. What is playing? Like Baby Grey, what are we running slime here? Like fire slime?
I'd say with the fire eruption for sure. The slime eruption, sorry, that we saw on the reveal to draw the extra card from the Baby Grey on enter. It's gonna be great watching you writing cards, mate, constantly. Get ready.
And changing health pools? Like I'm looking at like 4 monitors right now, dude.
You'll have to distribute a load a bit more, maybe. I don't know if it's possible, but yeah.
Well, they say there's production crews that do this, so when Limelight's going to come and sit in the back while we cast, all right, on Illusive, so
make a night of it, you know. Just have everyone over on a Tuesday night.
Exactly.
Get the snacks organised, drinks.
All right, 3 cards down. Turbocharge, dude. Nice. I think this card's cooked. I think there's, I don't know, but all the people are running 1 turbocharge, yet every time. Here it is, coming out.
I think
every time.
A lot of people are increasing the count because it just has so much value. You know, typically running 2 in the deck, you'll see consistently.
2, you think 2's consistently? I remember a time a dude played Merlin and his 4 fireballs were like at the bottom of the deck, and I've never seen that guy mold so much. Do you know who that was?
No, I don't know who that was, mate. It doesn't remind me.
That was Necrotic in a store champs. Holy. And he had 4 of them.
4 of them all down the bottom. Stacked
4 cards coming down here. Is that Baby Red?
Nah, so that's just a red slime. It's 3 down for that one. So
red slime coming in. Not really played much. I mean, it's an interesting board clear. Gonna have to. Okay. When I Google red slime, some engineered slime comes first. So that's interesting. Engineer red slime.
Nah, mate, that's just a red slime.
Gonna have to change the element to fire.
Jason's right about one thing, mate. This is hilarious.
Baby Red can't be Baby Red. Also, it's also before red slime in alphabetical order. So we're looking at the wrong card again.
Yeah, so
Quicksilver Grail.
Materialization. Recollect and draw for turn.
What do you think? Well, I think I know because I've played against Karim, but here an early Quicksilver says in a fire aggro That's that dagger of pop and do big damn, right?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what she has planned, but it typically is something that we do see from the Fire Xander deck. Having a dagger underneath that rail to be able to pop next turn at the end of your opponent's turn. Alright, so we've got still deciding what to play.
Can't see what's in Green's hand at the moment. I don't know if I can shift her camera up a bit.
2 down for a clumsy.
Digging. What are you digging for in this aggro deck? Like, what do you look like? What kind of damage is he searching for right now?
Just build a good board state for the next turn. So, the extra influence will help, fast activate cards on the dagger, on the reveal for the dagger and on the dagger pop as well. So in response to materialization on Xander, you can, mark the target, plant an explosive. Ooh, Veteran Blazebearer with a taunt.
It's coming out here. What was the first card played? Flames Rune?
No, Clumsy Apprentice. Look at this board state.
I can't see any of these cards in this view. What are we looking to call them out?
So a Veteran Blazebearer as well as a... That's the first card flame rune. Oh dear. Okay, it looks like we were rolling a die, leveling up the Sylvie level 1, banishing a Cremation Ritual. Fantastic. Bit rough to lose. Hope you get another one because it's fantastic to play on a red slime to deal with allies.
How much damage did she deal that turn?
So the overall there was 6 damage dealt, I believe, from the Arthur swing as well as the Clumsy Apprentice and the Manic Zealot swing. They got
Still
+1
going to
for the
level
aggressive
1
Arthur.
here. I mean, this is strong. Having the red out, and he's versing a lot of allies here. It's more about, is Corinne going to hit it? Can he get torn away? Can he? Oh, there it is. Cremate. Nice. Well played here. Only 3? How much damage does red do at the moment?
I think it's the health of the
Power?
slime. So yeah, it would be 3 damage.
Deal damage to all allies equal to red line's power. So it's doing 3.
Power, sorry.
Yeah, so 3 across the board. Great wipe with the cremate. I mean, you're clearing the board there for 3. Problem is, you've really got no taunt, and you really need to either DG here to get the level up, because you know that Vulpixie is going to come again with a lot of damage, and she only needs to do 13 in a turn, which these decks can pump out.
Definitely capable of it.
An intercept could help you. I mean, a slime shield, but I guess you've gone fire elemental, so you're not going to have a slime shield.
That's correct.
I cannot.
Creative Shock, Jack. The new
Creative
art.
Shock.
A and B.
I'm playing on because I've got all the production, I can't see all the cards because they're actually like tiny little dots on my screen.
It's alright, I'll be your little announcer, mate. I'll make sure you keep
Creative
updated.
Shock, not the updated art because you can only get the first one in the order.
No, we've discarded a Limitless Slime off that, so Floating Memory for Sylvie next turn.
Nice.
Paying down 2 for oh jeez.
Shield Mate?
Nah. A J Quail,
Kitty Cat?
I think.
Oh, Jake! Wow, let me spell that. Shui. Can I get a spell on that?
XIAO, I think it is. QUIAI.
The Cinder Keeper?
Yes.
Cool, you could have said Stealth. It's actually a tamer animal cat for you cat lovers out there. Attacks can't be retaliated. If a unit die, it banish it instead. Interesting 2 costs. Coming in with a buff counter. Again, not really going to stop the pressure here from Corinne, which is going to come out with some big damages. I did think, did he swing? How much damage just went through there?
It went for 2.
So Volt Corinne is now on 6. Cool.
So level 1 Xander Materialization, losing the Blazing Throw from memory for cost.
That's rough, unless she's
currently
having a second one. Blazing Throw is such a good damage.
Very strong. Especially with all the fire currently engraved as well.
You've got 2 cards in hand, not much response. Vulpixie knows she is going to send it, and she is going to burn Kishi-kun to the ground. We're only looking for
Maybe
13 damage.
Having no allies on board makes it quite difficult.
Having no allies on board.
Yeah, because like with the dagger pops, you'd be able to swing with your allies and it'd be dealing 1 additional damage to the champion units. But yeah, having
I mean, she didn't have to pop. She didn't have to reveal the dagger. Like, surely revealing says that I've got the lethal, right?
Yeah, all that just feels safe having it out.
Feels safe having it out.
Yeah, typically with fire, you can feel quite safe because there's no way to really, Zephyr or Frostbind it. Water is quite a bit of a thing you're going to be concerned with revealing the Grail.
I mean, don't you have Burn to Ash and...
yeah, that's true.
Burn to Ash, what's the other one?
Reduced Ash is the one as well as Spurned Ash.
Spurned Ash. Is there another one? Meltdown.
Meltdown, yes.
Meltdown. There's another card coming down here. Can't see it. I think it's that
Veteran Blaze Bearer, mate.
The Veteran Blaze Bearer. God, he looks good. Look at that. Look at his like bandana. That's glorious.
Reminds you of a Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
Solid Snake. Okay, did reveal, but then didn't go for the level up. This is gonna be hard, I think, for Corinne. I think that was a time she had to lay some damage here. I think right now, if this Sylvie's gonna get to level 2, get the bonus draw, has the ally, then's got a lot of cards in hand, and then if she's got a DG, Kishikun's gonna be in a good position. Could get, say, he's got a Lustrous Slime. You're up shit creek, right? Unless you're running Fire Trap, right? Immolation Trap, the deal.
So I just had a Slime Eruption played then for 1 cost, banishing 2/5 from Grave, coming in for a total of 2 onto Vulpixie.
Oh my, wow. That's aggressive.
And it gave him the extra float as well on top of the Limitless Slime to better level up to 2 this turn. And
maybe he's going
to draw an additional card.
Going lethal here with Storm. Like, go at 8th, health, and 6. Loving the playmats of the players. It's a really cool slime. It's like a giant slime on Kishikun's side.
Yeah. I never thought a slime was capable of wearing a cape, but there we have it. Looks great.
It's not wearing, it's more absorbing, right? It's kind of like a, when your dog's wet and you put it on, it just absorbs in.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, a bit of thinking here coming from Kishi.
I reckon we've got a DG play here.
Sure. There it is. There it is, baby. Fire it up. I wonder if it was in the hand at the start or drew it with the
Banishing Invective and Ethereal Slime on the level up.
Wow. Throwing down an Ethereal with that many cards in your hand says, hey, I have some cards to work with. Because Ethereal is a draw damage. Like, you must be looking for lethal here or think that you don't need it. Because that is a huge card. Yep, there's the Ethereal coming down. Buffing, 2 buff counters. Gonna buff, banish the buff again.
Choosing the Stone Scale Band, interesting choice. Play what I would do in this matchup as well. I need to really fast activate stuff here.
How do you spell Ethereal Slime?
ETH.
Right.
ERAL, I think.
That's what I thought. No bueno.
So much cards in hand still. It's insane just how much value this Sylvie's managed to build up influence-wise over the course of the game. Typically with Slime Spirit, you'd see influence a lot lower because they just had to sack so much to rush the 3. That's the fire engine though, in a nutshell. Another
Oh,
ethereal
double.
slime.
He had 3 in hand. That is disgusting.
Very strong. Losing the boots.
Oh, stuffing everything. Oh. This is somewhere like if you had a not playing Fire Xander but Fire Lorraine aggro, you could have a flame sweep here, could do some decent work with a nice level up. God, he's sending it.
Ooh, Lava Soul Tiger
Oh,
for 4.
wow. The buff card, what's it called?
Lava Soul Tiger.
That's the one that gives like +3 attack on attachment.
That's a Pride 3 unit.
Oh, the Tiger, sir. I thought it was the
Yeah, the 5/5 unit. And on enter, if you have 2 Fire and Grey, you can remove Pride for the turn.
Nice.
Might be enough here for lethal, I'd say. Yep, definitely. Five coming from one ethereal. Then 5 from the Tiger.
Yeah. When did you get to here? 20 something? 21?
Very nice. Okay, next game.
That's a huge game.
Yeah, the baby reds worked well with the cremation there, clearing the
Yeah.
board.
That was a huge play. I guess here, all right, what are we doing sideboard wise? I think for Kishi, I don't think you're doing much to change. If you didn't have that many red slimes, maybe increase your red slimes. Knowing the rush, you could have sideboards of Resolutes to prevent some damage early on. Knowing the
Resolutes is a good option. There's also Null Lantern to consider as well. I think I've been told Kishi is a bit of a new player in Grand Archive.
Wow,
Been playing for a few weeks, so yeah, he's playing it very well for being
that's
such a
played
new
very
player.
well, yeah.
So yeah, he might take into a Null Lantern if he's had some experience with this deck with some other locals in America. So just control that fire in the grave, so that way it shuts off certain abilities that Xander's capable of doing with fire.
And then from Vulpixie side, what are we playing here?
Yeah, it's kind of hard with the Xander sideboard because it's kind of already aggression, whether or not she has more spells or actions to fast activate rather than playing allies for this game might be the call. Just efficiently leveling up and then just keeping stuff in hand to play on your dagger turn.
Yeah. Been told you can hear the BNet pings on my stream, but I actually can't hear it. So it's interesting that you guys can. There we go. Okay. Big shuffles here. Do we see who go first? Surely Corinne's opted to go first here. Second match. I mean, part of this, the Vulpixie's playstyle is that RNG of draw, right? She needs stronger. Like, she had a really good opener, but then how does she counter the board wipe? If, Kushni doesn't get that draw, then she might have a chance to deal. She probably had lethal the round before, right?
Yeah, true.
But I mean, this is also why the consisting of slime does so well. It's so, you just need a few baby greys to mitigate. You just need, you happily can just rush level and banish cards because you get those slimes into the banishment. I think it's a hard matchup for Vulpixie.
Yeah, slimes are always challenging with a lot of decks. Very challenging indeed.
I mean, we didn't see much in the Ascent. Do you think they're... do we think we're going to now that Vanitas?
The Vanitas was just too strong. That's why we didn't see it. Just the new meta deck.
All right, 3 cards coming down. A veteran coming out. Kind of looks like you.
Oh, thanks, mate. That's so nice. And then a Manic Zealot played as well.
Manic Zealot.
It's a very ally heavy hand again.
2 damage each champion on death. So it's sitting at 1-1. Do you kill it? Do you not?
Interesting because Xander like has a bit of interaction that can allow another card, Korhazi Arsonist, to ping 1 damage into it to kill it. And on a poison dagger turn, you can pop it. Instead of the Arsonist dealing, a baseline amount of damage +1 from the poison dagger, you'll swing with the Zealot, hit for, 3, then you'll play the Arsonist, swing with that, ping 1 into the Zealot, blow it up, and then hit on that detonation, hit the target for an extra 3.
Wow.
So creative shock for 3 down.
Is that the alternate art of creative?
Yeah, it's the AMB one, yes.
Do you think with what's up, Skurai? Welcome to the stream. What do you think here you do? Like, how often, like, as another player looking at Manic Zealot, do you kill it? Like, you're going to take 2 damage. Is it worth? It's only got 1 on the board. Like, is it dependent on kind of what deck style you're playing compared to killing it? Is it if I want allies, I want the board control? Like, is it too variable, or you just want to get rid of it? Or not get rid of it?
Knowing how the Xander plays, it is something that I do want to consider eliminating. Just because it has so much potential for increased damage later, because it's going to be potentially hitting you for 6 overall.
Yeah.
On a poison dagger turn.
Oof, this is risky. I think increasing danger at first was good, but doing it second play, that's giving her an extra card.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Especially on this turn, she'll be playing the Quicksilver Grail, and then the next turn will be possibly the push towards lethal.
I mean, maybe Kishi's looking for that fire slime again. He's like, this is the only way I'm going to be able to get through all these allies.
Yeah, consider
He
up
probably
again,
doesn't.
possibly.
He probably doesn't have much response, especially with the taunt coming out. Pass with 3 in hand. There's the Grail coming out.
Amazing how much screen time Vulpixie gets within the stream.
Just by chance to show,
By chance, yeah, always.
Some damage coming out here. Can't really see the counters. I guess coming in for 1, and I think Chillbearer is doing 2, so 3 maybe in total.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just trying to. I appreciate that, Skurai.
Yeah, thank you.
3
So
damage.
it's been great by Jack for this week. It's come across very well. Yeah, 3 damage. That's right, Jack. Vulpixie contemplating what to do. Mustn't have an Arthur because she's already dedicated the swings for the allies on the board.
Yeah.
Oh,
nothing manic. That's.
So we know if a red slime's being played anyway, it's going to be a lot of damage to the heroes if they get detonated.
I mean, before the cremation in response, can Vulpixie then open up the dagger, or it just comes in and then banish it?
It will enter rested, so it won't wake up until her next turn.
Got some cool interactions.
Interesting. Captivating Cutthroat, Jack, if you want to put that one up.
Cutthroat.
Captivating Cutthroat.
Oh, captivating Cutthroat. Captivating Cutthroat. Captain Cutthroat class bonus assassin has +1. We're not there yet. 2 damage on attack, deal 1 damage to your champion. Nice 3/1 cost for assessment. I mean, that's a strong card to put on the field, right? She's trying to show her points. I'm saying 6 on the damage, but is that the miscalculations here, or they've come in for 3? Okay.
It was because the other Manic Zealot that's 1 for 1 as well. So because of the second one that was played. So the total is at 6. So the level up to level 1 Sylvie was interesting. One of
Oh,
them
yeah,
was planning on
sorry.
doing. So something will be played to help control this board.
It's at 13 damage. It's more likely here to get in there.
Mm,
We saw the ball wipe. I just don't know if Kishi's going to get it this time.
yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately.
Even ball wipe, that's still 4 damage, 10. An early DG, like, you might just send it. Get that extra health on the board. I don't think he's running preventable damage. He's not, doesn't, unless he sideboard Resolute, unless he sideboards. I don't think it's anyone you're going to have, right? You're not going to have Slime, you're not going to have the Deflecting Edge. Looks like a
That's
baby
right.
red. Coming in buffed.
This will be used just to help control the board, I would say.
Yeah, and also can delete some float, discard for the bonus. I mean, it swings in for 3 plus 1. Like 4 is a good clear.
Definitely a good one.
Baby Grey.
Interceptor as well. Yeah. Must have the cremation.
Okay.
Cremation ritual.
2 reds. Okay. I mean, maybe because she thinks he can manage without taking the 4 damage, but I guess he has to leave him on the
It
board.
is probably the baby rue will be sent into the veteran blaze bearer, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3 damage from your other card is still more damage than the taunt.
Mm. Yeah, sort of deciding what to do. Because he's going to lose 1 card from hand if he chooses to do the on attack. Discarding a floating memory from Limitless to draw 1 into Mem.
Did he draw that into memory or just draw it to his hand?
It goes into memory on the discard for baby red.
Yeah, did he draw it to memory?
He did, yes, yes.
He's gonna swing with the intercept. Oh boy.
Taking care of the
Oh
cutthroat.
boy. Okay. You're playing with fire, Kishi. You're playing with fire. That's our kitty cat friend again.
Kitty Cat Ghoul. Probably swinging to another Zealot and taking 2 each. Gets banished. That's right. Yes, on the kill.
Does mean doesn't death? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, so it doesn't technically die. Just
Wow. Kishi Kun, you said new player is really demonstrating the he's something, you know, demonstrating.
Yeah,
Kishi's just playing it here, you know. He's demonstrating his power of the mind when it comes to these kind of games and welcoming him to the league. This is well played. Banish and throw again. Yeah, great knowledge of the game. I mean, I'm casting and I had to second guess, and he's already like, yeah, that's gone. No death. So it's well played.
Losing the Branding Flames and the Xan level up. Bit rough. I think that's only 2 fire and grave at the moment, though.
Cards are down.
Yeah, nothing in hand for Kishi for this turn. Wonder if we'll see a Poison Dagger pop this turn. There was no fast response before Recollection, unfortunately.
Corinne doing the pointing math, a classic move from Grand Archive players. If you point, it helps you count. It's an actual skill in Australian education that we do from when you're in primary school. It helps you do the math.
Just always point at your times tables. Work
There's actually, I believe, an Indian mathematics thing. It's all about like touching your fingers and moving to count. Oh, dagger's coming out. Okay, I'm going to have to do some math. We're at 9.
Okay. This would be interesting.
We are 9. Pop for 1.
This
First
would be
blade.
interesting. Okay. Removing the prep count of the materialized mercenary's blade. 5 for blazing throw on the first dagger for mercenary's blade.
A lot of damage. Coming to 14.
Ooh. For Coco. Oh, no way. And just
And
enough
that's
for lethal.
lethal.
Wow.
Wow. Let's go.
Xander. Xander shenanigans.
Do you want to
Love
talk
it.
through the steps? What exactly happened there? Through the damage counter? So we had
Yeah.
dagger pop for 1. We then swang with manic. So that came in through 1 and then an additional 1. So we're at 3. Then mercenary blade was played. And then blazing throw for 5 or 4 plus 1.
Yep.
So we're at 8. And then Rococo comes in on enter, deals 2 to target champion plus 1, 3. So we're at 11. And then swings for 1, coming for 2. That's 13. And that's lethal.
Yeah, that's right.
13 damage, not unachievable. And I think this is where Kishi is looking like 1 intercept would have stopped that lethal, but he didn't swing. But
Had to dedicate the intercept to control the board though, so
yeah, correct.
it's difficult play.
Interesting, 1-1 for both players.
Yeah, 1-1.
It's got me some fire coming out. Rococo is such an interesting card. I love this
Yeah.
deck, mate. I love this aggro play style. I love 13 damage. You know, they talk about like, I guess it's fast played with Vanitas does 18, but this is just did 13 damage pretty easily in 1 turn, just by little cards that do little things. The poison dagger, I think, is just like an underestimated, I guess, like it only comes through in certain styles of decks, and then just shows off some crazy combinations. I guess also what's great about Grand Archive too.
You need an assassin class to be able to put it to use. So yeah, it's not fully niched in majority of the decks because of the class bonus, but quite strong otherwise.
I saw we're getting some new stuff coming out in March, by the way. New recollection packs.
Oh yeah, so yeah, 2 new recollection decks will be coming out.
Crux Tamer?
March next year.
Was it Lux and Tamer?
Lux and Tamer will be one of the recollections, and then it's going to be, everyone thought it was going to be Crux because it's nice and pink on the box art, but it's actually a Terra Cleric.
Alright, Kishi opting to go first this time. It's a good play. Really want to slow down. Another Tamer. Okay. And a Cleric.
Ooh, bit of a rough start on the Slime Eruption, having to play down that, dedicate that for floating memory later on. I think there'll be a level 1 play next turn.
Alright. Fire Spirit. Finding the card.
Yeah, having to play the Slime Eruption on the opening turn, pay down 1 and not being able to utilize the floating memory right away is quite rough.
That is
But
crazy play. What do you say? Like, you have like 4 cremations and a whole lot of Crux? Like, that is a very depressing start.
already losing 2 cards there so early. It's 3 down, veteran Blaze Bearer.
Veteran Blaze. Do you think this card has its value
The veteran Blaze Bearer.
into
Definitely.
this deck? Tell me why.
Oh, into the matchup. Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, but tell me, like, into Corinne's deck right now. Looking at the deck and the damage deal. I mean, it's a 2/3/3 cost, and I mean, it does have taunt. Does it protect enough that she, like you said, is protecting that early aggro? Do you think it has more value than other cards maybe in this deck?
Not necessarily into the Sylvie matchup. But yeah, if you were going into a Wind Allies or something like that, it'll help just eat some damage from the Xander. Get some fire engrave a lot sooner, so you can
That's
use
true.
them to activate
We
some
haven't
other
seen
cards.
Raining Flames. We know she is playing Raining Flames. Oh, he's
Increasing
increasing
again,
again. This is rough. The double-edged sword, dude. Gonna get Rococo'd. I learned many times playing with friends, like, I'm an increase, and then instant regret.
Not always. But yes, I know when I played the card a lot, particularly in the early days with Rye, it was, yeah, sometimes it was a bit of regret, just giving my opponent playing Wind Allies a lot more influence to put down allies to swing into me.
Is that a baby red coming in with a buff? Eager Page Preserve deck when? Skurai? Do you know an Eager Page Preserve deck is?
Can't say I know what that is.
Preserve, I know that with the Terror cards. Baby coming in, looks like it was retaliated to kill it.
Yeah, Veteran Blades better retaliated, taking it off the board.
Check Discord chat at some point.
Okay, interesting.
Is my internet dying again this week? Country
What's that,
living,
sorry?
guys.
Ah,
My internet's lagging a bit. Guys, yo, I'm living out in the sticks here in Australia, you know? If someone wants to donate me some good internet.
fantastic internet situation in Australia. So many diverse options and barely majority of them work.
Preserve don't count as materialize, correct. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I'd like to see more decks using preserve. I think we've seen a bit of Kong meme, but I haven't seen it much played. Did Pfizer get much change from A and B at all? Question for you, Matt, because I don't know. Fizer. Any ideas?
Did you see the new card that was announced for in Proxy's Vault as well at the end of the Ascent at Toronto?
Nope.
Okay, so it's called Nullifying Mirror. So it actually is technically a card that is being printed in the new set coming out on March 7th.
So just backtrack.
But,
Proxy cards, the ones where they're introduced, haven't been printed, but you can draw a pretty picture and say it's a proxy card and use it.
Yeah,
in
that's
your
right.
deck.
As long as it has the stats and what it does
Yep.
and everything like that, you can play the card as normal.
Mhm.
So it's a material card that you can just materialize and play. When you tap it, so when you go to rest it, all cards in memory are considered norm element.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow, dude. Windmill engineer? Nope.
Yes.
Favorable winds? Nope. Veiling breeze? Nope. Like, oh my lord.
So
That
yeah,
is
it's like
fire,
after
dude.
this weekend, seeing so much prominence with wins and everything, just how efficient it is. Yeah, they're like, yep, no, here's a new card, guys. This will just put win back in their place a little bit and give you guys a bit of an edge.
Oh, what a game changer, dude. Yeah, veiling. I mean, but you I guess, well, slime still will work, but yeah, veiling. There's the water cards. There are a few water cards that do like. Isn't it the heal card? Reveal how much water cards in your deck and then heal. I know a few. Geez, what are they? Yeah, catch imbues. Yeah, stopping all the imbues we're seeing. Bobster asked about Fire Xander. Have we seen much change in Visor from AMD? I think it's pretty early to say. With most of the new, like a lot of people haven't seen much gameplay, right? Like we've done a few. This is the first time seeing Fire Xander tonight in this stream. I don't think we saw many in the Ascent, and the store champs aren't starting probably another month in OCE, so won't be able to see this change.
I think there was a Fire Xander or two in Ascent Toronto. I'm not sure how well they did. I didn't see them in the top 32 or anything like that. I haven't had a full deck list check or anything.
I know we're loving the chat engagement on that. Just a quick flashback to the game. We've had a backup charger came out. There's a bit of damage. We've got poison being popped here. Air is on the board. Couldn't cremate the red slime. Corinne is going for lethal, it looks like. So, pretty crazy.
Yeah. You have to preemptively tap the new mirror to be able to make sure.
You can't do it in response.
So if your opponent materializes or when they go to recollect, you just say in response to that step, I'm going to tap the mirror, so that way it can, if you're playing a Wintress and you're planning on imbuing some cards like an Eternal Magistrate or a Windmill Engineer, and they preemptively tap that, it kind of slows down your game. You can't really draw extra cards or slow down your opponent by having to not being able to materialize cards outside of the materialization phase.
No, we got a bit of damage here, which is actually coming up to 18 damage.
Ignited Stab.
Been excited about this new content here. Ignited Stab coming in for 19. We're at 18 damage, I believe, right now. One off.
Banishing 3/5 from grave, broken soul knife, and we're probably going to see either a blazing throw, I would say.
Blazing throw for lethal. Well played.
Very nice.
Vulpixie taking game 2. The game that's well played. We thought that.
So first round done to Vulpixie.
Yeah, game 3 done. 2-1. That's like really well played. We thought like game 1 was so one-sided, and then what a flip.
Yeah, the turn 1 increasing danger, just building an influence, and then seeing the right cards for Kish right at the beginning, being able to cremate.
Jump back to the caster couch, and you can see us all again, our beautiful faces. We are the Bearded Boys. That's what people call us in the street. If you see us, you're like, yo, is that the Bearded Boys? Yeah, that's the Bearded Boys.
This is news to me, mate. So
it's a gang. We got some shirts coming up. It's the Creative Shock Bearded Boys. So welcome. Yeah. So the mirror, if you tap it, is it banished or it just can be retapped every turn? Like, what's the banish to tap?
I believe it's a Regalia item that stays on the field consistently that you can, wake back up and tap on your next turn.
Does it last for the whole turn?
It lasts for whatever turn you tap it on, yes. So it'll have to wake up and be retapped for whatever turn.
Cool. I don't know if we can find the visual here. Oh, maybe.
So yeah, if you check the chat that we have between each other, it will be there as well, the art.
Okay. Let me just open another window, shall I? Okay.
Yeah, please, mate.
Yeah. Okay. What's it called?
Are you capable of bringing it up on this window so the viewers can see?
We better. I'll have to find it on another image and bring it up. I can bring it from the Discord. What do you want from me? I didn't prepare for a random image to be shown. Maybe you could hand before the next game. Why don't you draw a proxy card of it and then we can hand it up because you're gonna have to draw it to use it in play. So maybe get a pen and paper out and draw the proxy card, and we can show everyone the proxy design of Necrotic.
Yeah, okay,
and people can maybe paint it, and then I don't know if you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll share my screen, mate. Next round, I'll draw up a mirror. You know what? Yeah, I'll try and draw the cards best I can.
Want to buy a figurine tour guide of guest hosts? Hell yeah, dude. So hit us up. Creative Shock does a lot of design stuff. You just send some money to Limelight. We can get anything you want. I can recreate Necrotic's face. He's got a bit of an OnlyFans going.
What are you talking about? Sure, if you want to see some figures at some point, I can show you one or two at some point.
We've got some more stuff. We got a little production crew on the side today, bringing us some conversation talks. Vanitas is the first male champ to win Ascent or above event. That is some hot goss. Are we serious on that? Tenoris has never won?
Yeah, I think he's right. Yeah, I can't ever recall a time in a major event where it's ever been a male champion.
What does he come up with this stat? Who told him that? Limelight's brain is like a safe of information. Was able to
He's
determine.
just always.
He's always cooking,
There's always
man.
something
Dude. He
on.
gets up in the morning. He's like, God, I love Grand Archive, and he just like, you know, while he's brushing his teeth, he's got a plane. He's reading facts. He's redditing. Like, this dude is the king. Lucky to have him on the OCE team, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, what a great. Wow, I can't believe it. I mean, what other cards? There's Mordred. Is that the other classified male? I guess. Card. Male, Tenoris. Is that it? And Xander? Surely he's like some Xander. Is like some Xander not one?
No, Xander's always performed quite well.
Oh, Merlin?
in some major
Merlin.
events.
Isn't Merlin? Rye? Sorry, Rye.
Right.
Yeah,
Funny,
Merlin
mate.
Rye. Yeah, Rye? Thinking Wizards.
Nah.
Rye's never won. Even pre-Rye, when you
no.
guys talk about the days when like Rye was like disgusting with that tomb of, you know, summon the multiple band
that
cards.
was Reckless Conversion was the card that made Rye very, very powerful. And I believe before we even saw competitive play, the card was banned. So
Yeah,
he unfortunately didn't get to see a major event. Maybe it was around in Houston at the first ascent. Can't really recall back that
this
far.
buzz says when you're known as the waifu TCG, it kind of gets noted that your only waifus win. And then Limelight Yo says Rye was more successful post Reckless. Funny enough, it's crazy.
Yeah, I guess the Avarice and Reckless Conversion now banned at a similar time, and Avarice was quite strong with decks playing it to see consistent draw, chase down a Rye with allies, or flashing it and then just getting an easy end soul off quite early.
I was thinking that just aside, I was trying to think of like some of the stuff from Ascent. I think revealing suppressing cards in the set of suppressing and then bringing back on, but I can't think of the other card they were using a lot in the on enter effect, the wind ally deck you saw. But I think that's such a cool. I like the interaction you can for green slime to come in, then swap a forest cake. Like I think it's a maybe an underutilized kind of thing that we really see. We usually see more aggressively, but maybe the new Vanitas playstyle, people are using it more to flick their own cards for the on enter effect.
Well, yeah, we did see Vanitas using green slime in their decks at Ascent Toronto. They were primarily flicking like the Cleric Robe, which on enter allowed you to draw a card.
That's what I was thinking about. Cleric Robe.
The one other I was mistaken at the beginning of the stream when it was and I said it was 7 Vanitas as well as 1 Merlin. It was actually out of the other 7 wind elements that I thought was Vanitas, one of them was actually a Kongming, and they actually scored second overall. In Ascent, and they were playing Baby Green as well, but they were also choosing to suppress their Mnemonic Charms.
Right.
So when that comes back at the end of turn, that also draws a card into memory as well. So another great way to build influence.
Yeah. It's made the way
using that wind.
Do you want to look at bring up maybe some of the Oh, it's 4 a.m. Score, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sleep well, my friend.
Man. Thank you.
4 a.m. Yeah, all right. I think it's a bit late. Maybe push another hour, mate. I think you can do it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Coming in. Yeah, maybe we can if you could bring up like one of the deck lists. We'll have a look at like the winning deck and or like some of the ones that weren't, I guess we'd look at the winning deck for Vanitas, we know it's going to be changed. I guess looking at the Kongwing deck would be interesting. The Merlin, what was changed? I know a lot of talk, I guess, with the Merlin space is the empowering, right? That you can get your Incarnate out earlier. The Deer is coming out earlier because you can boost your level up with these Empower cards.
Yeah, the Empower was quite strong. The really interesting thing, I remember watching this one game. I can't remember the gentleman's name. He was from the main deck team, I believe. He was running a Fire Merlin, running his empowerments like Mnemonic Charms and stuff like that, and empowering Shard. I think he had something in Harmonious Mantra. Also, he was playing in main deck, which allows you to recover quite a considerable amount. So instead of playing the traditional Lorraine level 1 on a Merlin or a Rye or whatever, he was playing Kongwing level 1 on the Fire Merlin. And it allowed him to materialize Shifting Currents. And with this healing card, the Harmonious Mantra, with the Shifting Currents pointing north, when you go to play it, you'll heal an additional amount of health since it's pointing north, as well as on top of your level.
Wow.
So you could banish, a bunch of cards and activate Harmonious Mantra and recover so much health to buy yourself another turn.
That's cool.
Vulpixie main deck Taylor, yeah, that was the gentleman's name. So yeah, main deck Taylor was a really interesting deck to see. So one way to bring the power of Merlin to the game, but also be able to have that recovery to hold out as well.
That's cool. I like that. That's the cooking we want to see, So Spud said, too bad you can't stack Charm to Empower 2 before you suppress.
That would be a little bit busted.
No,
Benefit of both worlds right there.
I know this week we'll be doing a training grounds. I know we're pretty busy, but in 2 nights we'll do training grounds. We're going to bring some Jin decks and Kong Ming to the scene. I feel like I want to try Kong Ming, but I feel like I don't think I'll be as good at it because I haven't really played. I'm more of a, hit hard Iceman Slam kind of player compared to a calculate and do the math to empower spells, but keen to give it a try. I don't know what I'd play though, water, fire, or wind. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Kong Ming at the moment?
With Kong Min, it's hard to say because the Kong Mings that I know that have performed very well are obviously the ones that have the Razor Gale calling 3 visits variants.
Mm-hmm.
I know the ones that I've seen quite prevalent are Water with the Hydro Guard retainers that allow you to draw additional cards with your shifting currents facing west and stuff like that. So there's also the aggro Kongming as well, seeing, the level 1 materialization, playing fire cards, mnemonic charms, finding that early empowerment to be able to then fast play a fireball and find quick lethal alongside with that Ember Fire Staff. So, with once you have 3 counters on that Ember Fire Staff, you can choose to banish it, tap it, and then deal X amount of damage to your opponent. But it's still too early to say where it really kind of sits. There's still so many cool niche things we're finding.
I mean, I think I saw one of the games with the Jin where the guy hit for like something like 48 damage. I believe it was something he like double enraged at like 60 health, and then he played Unpreventable Fire card to swing in, and like came in with his Zhangji blade and came in for like 48.
So yeah,
the cast was like trying,
makes it,
yeah, he double enraged and then flame lunge. She couldn't prevent. It was just like, what? That was pretty insane to watch. I guess from us, like, we've got the New Zealand Ascent coming around. Like, you and me are both going. Like, what are we cooking? What are you feeling right now? What are your secrets? Tell everybody.
My secrets.
If you say Fire Lorraine, yeah, you're not getting off the plane, mate. You're staying back here. You're not playing Fire Lorraine, okay? It's done. Nobody wants Ensol, dude. Wait, what are you cooking? What's going on? What are you feeling?
I really want to play Wind Tristan.
Wind Tristan?
Yeah.
Shadow Strike? You like to like build up and say hello, Unpreventable? Let me prep these counters.
Yes, I like having that in hand as well as the nice follow up with an Incapacitate as well to make sure I just get that hit through.
Yeah, and I guess, win cards, like we're talking like the Stifling Trap. People are DJing, man. I'm actually interested to see, like, Heavenly Guide, I thought would be a lot more prevalent, like, to see the counter, but I feel like people still aren't. That hasn't really made into many decks, or I haven't seen people talking about cooking with Heavenly Guide to try and stop. Instead, it's still like, win for Stifling, I'll just do that to kind of counter compared to using Heavenly to level up.
Yeah, it's really around those decks that kind of are wanting to be a bit slower overall, that that your opponent's going to be rushing to 3, just playing DGs flat out, just to try and get their ASAP. So particularly the decks that run a lot of Glimpse spirits, like the Serene Spirit as well as the Fractured Spirit.
Yep.
Glimpse 6. Obviously you're down a card, but you're going to take that time to build up your influence and try and increase it efficiently over the game by playing certain things like there's a really cool Wind Arasana going around. Empower some Mnemonic Charm, Empowerment, then you can play cards that allow you to, Indulging Leisure, you'll get the level 3+ on level 1, so therefore you can draw an extra card into memory from playing it. Yeah, some interesting interactions with that.
I mean,
for sure.
Also, like we just talked about before, are you still going to go Wind knowing there's new proxy cards coming in to stop you from revealing?
Yeah, I think so. you know, it's going to obviously shake up the way I would play Tristan and the way you have to think about, you know, trying to get extra cards by playing the Windmill Engineers and or imbuing your Eternal Magistrates and stuff. But you know, it's just one thing that the opponent has to spend an extra turn doing, materializing it. So you just have to shift your way on how you play the game.
Do you think, like, with any cards change with the new set? Like, did you add it into your deck? Do you think it's going to help you help the Tristan deck?
For the Tristan, yeah, there was a few small things here and there, like a Swerving Swing is one of them, you know, preventing some damage onto your champion and gaining a prep counter if you're the appropriate class, which is Assassin.
Yeah.
There's also, I can't remember the name of it, there's an attack card. On kill, you generate a prep, so good way to, you know, control some allies.
Yep.
The only problem is that they're norm, so it's a bit difficult with Tristan because you've got like cards like Fairy Whispers, which you have to reveal a wind element if you want to be able to bring it to hand. So if you're putting in these more norm elements into the deck, you'll have a more difficult time finding it. So maybe there's a bit more of a norm centric Tristan that I'd be considering moving towards, especially with the introduction of this new mirror card.
I think like one of the norm cards I like about it, one of the cards I enjoy to see played is Slice and Dice. I think that's a crazy card. When you that feeling of enjoyment when you're like, oh, that hit. Well, guess what? Is another 6 damage. Like, what a card for 9 damage. Like, that's a card that you just want to be victorious with for a normal assassin card. I think, you know, that's kind of fun. And maybe you're saying with the new proxy, like maybe it's more an aggressive Tristan, but then do you start shifting to Xander? I guess that's the fine line, right? Like when do you start shifting away from champion to champion is when your deck kind of adapts and changes. When you remove so many cards, you're like, okay, now I'm shifting. I'm taking this out. Well, then I'm not using much wind. And then I'm not really, if I'm going to be more aggressive, I may as well add this card. And okay, now I'm an aggressive deck. Well, I kind of want to have a prep deck. I guess that's when you're creating decks, that's kind of the process you kind of develop through.
Yeah, that's right. And finding the happy medium and balance with stuff. Just trying to find how it can really push over the edge efficiently as well.
I'm glad you asked what I'll be playing. Nico
I was
will
getting
be
there.
No worries.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all right. We have problems sometimes. The bearded boys. Okay, like it's all right. I know what you think. But I'm playing Nico. What a Nico! I love it. I just love it. I love an Icebound slam. You know, I just think like there's nothing more glorious. You slam him, you know, straight away they're at 8 points. Like, God, I got to level up. You got to have a second slam. Like, you know, it's on at that point. There is some downfalls when you don't draw a Fractal of Rain and you're not milling, or you mill non-float, or you have to, you know, level up with non-float. You know, there are definitely some downsides, but I think the slam has some real game. It's just a great card. I've been looking, you know, I saw guys running a bit of the Bovine, I don't think it's called Bovine, the Water Ox that now mills 2 appeared. I also saw a bit of Nico running with the Sylvie going first into the Nico. So like Sylving first, buffing the Bowmine, bang, swing 2, take some extra damage, mill some cards. I saw the Turtles coming out as well with the Spell Shroud. It was really cool to see. But I was thinking like, you know, is that what I want to play? I think I like, I've been cooking with that. I really like that the material card that stops the extra draw. I really fancy that. I want to try and make that work. I saw a lot of people sitting. Yeah, Mandate of Honor, man. I saw so many players in Ascent with 50 cards. That Jin dude had like an influence of like 30 cards, man. Like he was just drawing, dude. Like that's gonna catch someone off guard. I'm telling you, it's gonna cook. I'm telling you, someone's gonna play it. You know, it's gonna be me, and I'm gonna cook it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna mandate and catch people out.
Yeah, well, to see what you bring to it. Yeah, because I feel with Mandate of Honor, it's great. Obviously, trying to control your opponent and their total influence, but it also, you know, affects you quite drastically. So, especially with such an expensive card like Icebound Slam, it would be very unfortunate to have to be committing your entire hand down, doing it quite early on, or you know, at least if you're a Guardian, paying down to, you know, 2 less overall to play it. So that leaves you with possibly 3 in hand.
Yeah, correct.
Just enough for a Frostbite.
People in chat saying like what Blake said earlier, perfect class fantasy, that card. I think that was earlier when we were talking about Tristan. Spur Spuds at Slam for a 7 opponent. I rest my champion, restore 2. Hell yeah, baby. Bobster said Tamer, nice. Agrees. Tamer build's a bit different. And you need a unique ally to trigger the mandate. Yeah, correct. So I've been running that 2-cost Water Horse, which I think is so strong, and then you can run Lynette with it. My sideboard is kind of like the horse, Lynette, so it's kind of like I'll play main, and then which is more standard Nico, and then if you're just like a drawing kind of deck, I then sideboard in my Mandate and my my Water Horse, that's unique ally, my Lynette, which is water ally, and then there's a third new water ally too that has the +1 if you have a sword. I can't remember her name. She's a unique ally. So I'd sideboard the unique allies to make that effect. That's kind of like how I would play the card. But yeah, that's what kind of I'm cooking. Fans that Ascent.
Yeah, exciting to see.
I guess do you do anything like, I guess, on this as well? Do you anything rituals? Like you and Corinne, you know, the night before sacrifice a lamb, you know, sleep with bring some special underwear. Like what's the vibe to prepare yourself for the day?
Oh, geez, that's a great question. I guess the important thing for me whenever going to something competitive like that is probably just not eating as much and just trying to stay as calm as possible because
not eating as much.
Yeah, you don't want to go in on a full stomach and be bloated. You know, that's one of the things I want to consider with it. So,
okay, yeah, right, fair. Just keep it
I don't know.
free.
Do you feel with like the major events? You know, it's a bit more anxiety inducing. So it's yeah, you just kind of want to make sure you just.
That's a tip to chronic hitting it up. I remember and just like, yeah, keep it, don't eat. Yeah, keep it real. Keep yourself low. What about the? Do you think? You know, I flash back to a time, my younger age. You know, studying for university. You know, before every exam, I'd be like, get my giant can of Red Bull, so I'm wired for the exam. Like, do the same thing pre. Do you wire up pre-event? You know, get the energy drink in. Get those caffeine brain working. Open up the extra neurons in your brain.
Yeah, I feel like you know, the important thing definitely with it is just taking some time just to self-reflect and everything, as well as getting a good night's rest. You know, I think that overall for me, that's kind of what I do. Never really been much for the type of pre-game, pre-exam rituals to take it on board to go into something. But yeah, it sounds like you've got everything sorted for Ascent coming up, mate.
Yeah, I've got like a 20-week. You know, I'm gonna release a guide for like prepping for Ascent. It's gonna be like a full like week by week. You know, there's a bit of meditation week, a bit of self-reflection. There's stuff around like strengthening your wrist for card shuffling, the different ways to shuffle your cards during play. It's like a whole process. So.
Wow, you have to teach me, mate. You have to teach me some time.
I will. Yeah, please. Look, we've got round 2 coming up. It's happening. Let's transition over now. I need you to help me here, of course, because looking at the crystalline mirror, which is probably not what we're Spirit of. I'm going to predict a Spirit of Wind. Now, let's have a look here. Who are other players so I can edit some names? But it's not Vulpixie. It's not Kishi.
Iron Spells making an appearance on the top, as well as Zaliandus, I think that's how you pronounce it, on the bottom screen.
Iron Spells at the top?
Mm-hmm.
And come again for the next one?
So XAL.
Yep.
EON.
Yep.
IDAS.
No help. Spelling with Jack. Da-da-da.
You need to start that as a thing, mate. Spelling with Jack.
The word of the day is Celaduntus. Celandus.
Zaliandus, I would say. That's
great. Love a bit of Pokemon. I know yourself a big Pokemon fan. I'm excited to see that playmat. But Harry Potter now, I can tell you, I believe Iron Spells is a Merlin player. Spirit of Fire comes out. It looks like we've got a cremate. I didn't see what was cremated. I'm hoping maybe a shield mate or something was floating with cremated.
Definitely a 2-cost, so I'd say a shield mate for sure, but I did miss it.
Was that a water? We got a water deck coming? What is your favorite Eevee? I feel like there's only one Eevee, or do you call the other of evolutions of Eevee like?
Evolution's wondering who Zaliandus' favorite Eevee is. Which Evolution's their favorite?
What is my favorite Eevee? I feel like as a kid, Umbreon was the gas, and then I was like super depressed when I got Espeon because I didn't know how the game worked, and You know, I'm like, what? Why can't I hit Umbreon, man? You know, like what?
How did it work? I think it works with what time of day it was, yeah, with the
Yeah,
friendship
yeah,
level.
correct.
Name. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
who
right,
knows
yeah.
that as a kid? What was its friendship level, man? I just want my Umbreon, dude.
You never had
Looks-
the old guide from the news agency that told you all about stuff like that?
Dude, I wasn't like you were a sweat lord with games, like you collect, dude. I was
Yeah.
just like, my dude needs to be a level 100 fast, you know. Looks like Waters played with a Mnemonic Charm. We might have ourselves a Kong Ming game, which I'm excited. Pass with full cards. Turn back to looks like a level up to. Okay, well, Shield Mate wasn't what was banished here because he's actually banished from the hand to level up here to Lorraine and lost his horse. That's some spice.
Yeah, losing to Ghost Pendragon, ouch. But I'm sure, yeah. Sure,
You
there's plenty
sure?
more where it came from.
You sure he's got 3 more in his hand? It's like, just send it.
Typical melon, yeah.
Typical Melon, yeah? 7 horses of Pendragon. You haven't lived till you've stopped working at 10 a.m. to pull out your DS and check your trash cans for shiny trubbish.
Yeah,
I've
you
actually
are
never.
right there, so.
I think I've never been a Sylvie collector. Like Sylvie collector, a shiny collector. Actually, I think a few times I've played and just randomly got one. But
Yeah, it's a lot of dedication for sure. It's such a rare chance to get one.
okay, RM here now. Did RM just level up and just pass with cards in hand?
Definitely, yep. Typical
That
fire.
is.
Get creative shocks in hand, floating dump next turn.
But then why rush the level up? Why banish the card and ruin tempo?
See new cards, with the cremation ritual burn, seeing 2 new cards can just completely change the game.
Yeah, but why did he risk like leveling up? Why not wait another turn?
To keep the tempo going, you're already a materialization phase ahead of your opponent. You don't want to let them get too far ahead.
Okay. Now we've got a lot of stuff here. Is this a Kong Ming deck? Is this the real?
Yes, it is a calming deck on the.
Now what is that? That's an empower and draw a card in memory, I believe. What's the pink fox called?
So that's Indolent Leisure, I believe, that one.
God. Names. Leisure. Leis. There it is. Indolent Leisure. Draw a card. +4. Draw a card in your memory. Double draw. Looks like 3 cards are placed down, draw a card, and then it's passed again.
Moving back over to RM. Apparently.
Does Kong Ming have an answer here for our Incarnate? This is like both games are going to play slow here. What does Kong Ming do for this Incarnate? That's what she's going to be playing against.
Yeah. Don't know. Can't really think any other new cards from the set that really control it. Especially, you have Frostbind, the activation.
Yeah,
from Incarnate,
Frostbind and the other title lock. Title lock?
Yeah.
Is that going to be running in the water deck? Maybe.
Leveling up this turn from RM, banishing the Shieldmate floating.
Limeline's saying planner. Or planar. You can read English.
Planar Abyss is, I think that's one, is it? That's the card jack. Planar Abyss would be the one. Ah, of course. Yes, how can I forget Planar?
I feel like you're in a good position here. Really, just want to draw. You're probably not going to have. I feel like Kong Ming doesn't have that immediate threat of damage. You really just want to set up nicely for your horse. Sorry, deer. It's not a horse. God, it's not a horse.
Are you sure about that?
Got tapping floating. Do you think there's going to be much floating played in a Kong Ming deck?
No, there was one there. So the
Or do you tap?
the Indolent Leisure had floating memory on it that's been eaten, I believe. There.
No, the Intelligent Desert doesn't have floating. It's just draw a card.
Ah,
DG 3. Yeah.
He's banished the wrong card.
You're thinking that water card that like can be played and then floating, right?
Hmm.
Okay, DG. There's Melon level 3. Now it's dig time.
Comming's got a lot of ground to catch up on.
I guess, you know, we talk about this Water Torn card that he can play, get some draw, defend some damage. Like, I think he hit by 4. Blind
Yeah,
Light says,
you're
I
right.
think he banished the wrong card.
Yeah, the other card has float on it engraved, not the Indolent Ledger that's in banishment currently, so...
What is the other card called?
Never remember the name. It's the
It's
same
the one, it's like
character.
pink, yeah, it's a pink again, and it's got like thing under it. Are we any experts in the chat? Heightened Spellcraft. Here we go. Call it out. Call it out. Heightened Spellcraft. Oh, God. There it is. That's our float.
Going to level 2. Banishing one of the Heightens. Yeah, he's cracked at it now, so the right one's in the banishment. Now, this would be very interesting to see whether or not we see a Heavenly Guide played, since we saw one.
God,
please
be the Heavenly Guide. Holy, after just calling out that nobody's playing and then gets played, I'd be so happy.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Fingers crossed. Answer the prayer, dude. Heavenly's ass. Get that tempo, that free level up. Oh, he's counting cards, please. Do it! As our witness right here on Creative Shock, the first Heavenly Guide to be played in a competitive game.
There it is.
It is! It's happened! It's happened! Oh my God, it's happened, guys. We have seen the quality here from the Heavenly Guide. Holy. There it is. Is it actually? Oh my God. Boom. It comes down. At level 3. No cost. No loss of banishment. Right. Here we go. We are cooking. Very hard card to obtain, am I right? But let's sidetrack here to a bit of the collector side. It's not that easy to get, right? You'd have to purchase it right now. Like, it's not a...
Yeah, for the average consumer, I would say they definitely do have to buy playsets from the people who are opening up a lot of boxes for chasing collectible cards. I know, out of all the boxes we opened, we only saw 3, not even enough to complete one playset between Vulpixie and I. So, yes.
Eddie Wang in the chat. What's up, Eddie? Cast from last week. What a Chad. Welcome, Eddie. Yes, it is a +2. So he leveled up to level 2 and then used it to go to 3, which is well played. Now, what is that card that was played as the DG here?
The GCR. Just it's been signed by an artist.
Signed.
Similarly, coming in 3 on the Sword of Seeking, we'll be seeing a Ghost of Pendragon played now to bounce the Sword of Seeking.
No. Surely not. Maybe a Frostbind?
Fracture Eyes would be the good thing on the Sword of Seeking, but no, not this time.
God, Pendragon. You know, like, I feel like I'm hurt by too many Merlins, you know? But people seem to be like, they still like him. I'm always like, really? Like,
Merlin's it's a great hero like that, you know?
Pendragon. Right, what's coming in here now?
Cremation Ritual.
Wow, cremated the... I feel like he has swung here for, I think it is 0 to 8 health.
That's right. It's 1 currently from the Heavenly Guide on RM, as well as
Yep.
the 8 total health on Sida Kongming from the Ghost, as well as the Sword of Seeking swing and the earlier DG swings.
Charm was played here. I guess here, like, this is where you've got how much influence is it sitting on right now?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Insane with Empower 2 as well.
Got Empower 2
Level
on the
6
board.
turn.
Yeah, yeah. Oh boy! Let's see what we're gonna get out here. What common can try and do? Shifting some currents around. I don't see what that card is.
That's the healing card I spoke about earlier. So recovering 6. So since Currents was facing north, it's a recover 3 baseline, and if the shifting Currents is pointing north, you recover an additional 3 as well. So going back down to 2 for the Kongming.
Damn. Look at this production value. Quickly swapped over there the card you're seeing played right now. You can see it on the top right of your screen with the also the number going from 8 to 2 because I'm -6. That's production value here at Creative Shock.
Good work, Jack.
It's like sorcery was materialized. Is that the
Ooh.
Book of Sorcery or something?
Yes,
Sorcery.
losing a second Leeching Bolt. Ouch, to banish.
Oh.
Wow, crazy.
All right. You've got to try and deal some damage here. I'm interested what cards will do what. Going to phase for a solid 1 from Heavenly. We're at 2/2 now. We are back buying more Kong starter decks.
It's the CSR, good fun.
I guess what's the damage from Kong Ming? Like she can do what? The leeching bolts
there's
we've
a
lost 2 for,
bolts.
right?
That's for the damage as well as recovering, but this the Planar Abyss that's quite strong as well, being able to wipe out the entire board state on that the Merlin spent time building up.
Yep. There's that taunty boy. You got a name for the man?
Hydroguard Retainer.
Yeah,
Pointing
Hydra
Currents to
Retainer,
west
nice.
to draw a card.
1/4. It's a lot of damage. Like that's already just stopped the horse's attack. It's gonna be a long match. This could be just 1 round. Actually, we should have a round clock. I'm missing that actually on this screen.
Oh, work for next week, mate.
I have a timer. Actually, why is it not working?
Safeguard Amulet materialization from RM. Anticipating possibly fast play Leeching Bolts, were they? Who knows? Mnemonic popped, power 2, so currently level 8 for the next spell activation.
Oh, we just doubled our production value. I did have a round time. It's been off screen. Here we go. Boom! Timer on the board. Up,
There's
the
the
incarnate's here. The deer has been summoned. Cue the Pokemon music. Dun 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 dun. If you do it short enough, we won't get copyright for that audio. Okay.
Dear.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh dear. You heard it here. That's a dad joke coming out from Necrotic. Now is that 5 damage or hit RM that he's sitting on right now, or 2/2?
So it's 2/5 at the moment. So it's 5 to Zaliandias because of the Ghost of Pendragon swing, as well as going to 6 for the hasty messages on attack swing here. Discarding a Flame Rune Swordsman on attack. And a Mnemonic drawing extra card into memory, so he's committed his entire hand down to memory for the turn. Passing there. Vigor triggering on the Majestic Spirit.
God, look at that Majestic Spirit. Let it fly. How much damage are we sitting on now? 6? 2/6? Is that
6, yeah, 2/6, that's right.
How do you get rid of this card?
It'd be interesting to see what the Calming can do, because yeah, if they do want to play an Abyss and be able to clear off the board, slow this game state down for the Merlin. It's a 12 cost card that has efficiency, so you know we've got level 3 sitting there with Calming already. We've got 3 empowerments available from tapping the book as well as the Mnemonic Charm.
The 6, the 6
But
cards.
still 6 additional to pay down for a planar Abyss. So yeah, maybe a Shard of Knowledge or backup charger this turn. Okay, needs to build up the influence.
It's 3 prereq. Banishing it. Memory. Oh, slick plays of the token. Recollect and I mean, if you can planar Abyss here and remove the horse, the deer, sorry. Remove the deer in a good spot, right? Like, it's a pain to summon multiple times.
Parasite, shifting currents north to draw a card. Moving to preserved.
Oh, that's a card we never see played.
What, Terrasite?
Yeah, because we haven't seen much terror cards, so good to see it in the combat, in the ring.
Yeah.
And not seeing Terrasite, but have Sylvie on it. Surely, did they make a Terrasite with Kong Ming and the new reprints?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, cool.
That's the card there.
Oh, yeah, cool. Here we go, Empowering coming out. It's like Heightened Spellcraft just played.
So, level 6, 7, 8.
It's 3 levels. So
3 levels from the Heightened Spellcraft. Yeah,
yep,
okay,
so it's
level
3,
9.
6, 7, 8. Is it 3 from the mnemonic?
It's 2 from the mnemonic.
Or at 9?
So 9 total, yeah.
3, 2, 1, 3. Oh, the sorcerer is tapped. Efficiency of 9.
10, 11. Okay, Leeching Bolt for 11. Can't remember if it gets any plus on top of the level damage as well.
Deal level damage to target, recover 2. If Legion Bolt is empowered, put its own material deck preserved. It's dealing 11 to a unit and recovering 2 back.
Oh, and committing the Heavenly Guiding for lethal on the deer. Nice. Retaliating, killing the Heavenly.
So going back to 4 health, I believe, for Kale.
Yep. Leeching Bolt recovered 2 health there.
Shifting the
currents south to draw a card.
For UD, the Empower 6 would actually only count the individual numbers, right? So the most counters you get from a level 3, 1, 2, 3 is 3, right? Sir Spud. Or UD. What's UD in reference to?
Yeah, it's a card. UD Gossamer Jade. Whenever you empower an amount, if that amount is greater than the amount of root counters on UD, put a root counter on it. And then class bonus for players can't declare attacks with non-terror element units unless they pay X for each attack declaration, where X is the amount of root counters on UD. So yeah, it's a unique Fantasia that stays on the board.
That's right. It's the one that gave me grief when I played against Limes in practice games. Alright, looks like we're coming up to 10 damage here. Looking a bit of a hasty. Pendrangs have a bit of a smile. Lot of milling. Imagine tracking life, Blair. What do you mean? This is the update. We've got a counter. I can show you the cards now. I'm sending the production value of Creative Shock. Come on, guys. I've updated. We took your feedback. I even shaved. No, I didn't shave. The Beatty Boys are here.
The Beatty Boys never shave, mate.
The Beatty Boys, please, can that carry on? I want to go around to New Zealand and be like, yo, it's the Beatty Boys. And we're just like, hey.
You've started it now, mate.
I've started, I hope. And kind of coming back out so easily. It's like, hello, we're back. 14 damage back. Just again, such an easy way to get that back. That's the draw card in floating, I believe. That water card. That's a new Kongming, correct? It's like he's just played it.
Oh, Ebbing Tides, yes. Yep.
Ebbing Tides?
Mm-hmm. EBBINGTIDES.
fan? It's the fan. Evington's a fan.
Oh, Rising Tide, sorry. Jeez. My apologies.
Guys, it's 8 o'clock. Matt's, it's time for Matt's. It's his bedtime, yeah, guys. Come on now.
Usually in bed by now.
When you're like, coming into the age of 40, you're working early on the job, it gets to 8 o'clock, he's going to be nappy time. Corinne's got to make him his milk. So apologies for that. Rising Tide getting players. So drew a card into memory and a bit of floating. Matt's just going to throw up random card names at this point. Jack, be careful. Yeah, well, that's fine. I knew it was wrong. That looks like that. I don't know what that ring is either. What's that thing on the red with a ring on it? It's like a tariff ring alternate art, or is it the...
No, that's a new ring, mate. It's called the Riff Ring.
The Riff Ring. Now that sounds absolute cap. The Riff Ring? Like... How do you spell Riff?
RIFF.
Yeah, I'm searching. All that's coming up is tariff ring. Like...
It's tariff ring. Got him.
I said that's the first thing I said.
I know it is, mate. You fell right for it.
God,
I got a fireball coming in here. Fast play from RM.
How much damage are we going at? We're level 5, so is that 8 already?
It'd be 9 plus 1 as well from the fireball, and I think the time was tapped as well for Empower, so it possibly is coming in for 10.
Is that a Pyroblast? There's a title? Is that a title lock?
Yes, it looks like a title lock.
And then is it paid 2 extra? Still coming in for a lot. What's Kongming's health at? 28.
14 currently. And it's 25 total health pool.
I think that's a scoop. Game 1 going to RMC spells.
Very nice. Alrighty. Sideboarding time.
Alright, what are you sideboarding? If you haven't got planner, it better be in there. Like, do you even have... You just don't have... What water... Like we said, Frostbind. Like, being able to counter the cards, but when you're drawing so much, he's never at risk. Like, once Incarnate's down, like, where is the risk there to really... Like, he title lock there, but it's like, I've got 6 more cards in hand.
Yeah, so it has an easier time paying for it, especially when it's pushing towards the lethal cost as well.
So Spud says, I can't wait for water to get a 1 CMC counter target fireball spell, and that's the only thing it counters. Counter fireball. Extinguish fire spells. Yeah, I think this is a hard matchup. I don't think of any water cards. I guess to slow down the damage, if you can get that, you get that water card out that does the terror card that does stratagem and increase, like to pay to attack. That would slow the damage cost. But again, he did most of the damage through his fireball.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, incap. But I think you're not going to really sign in a water mage, like some water deck that you're going to bring in.
Well, that sideboard. Yeah, so with A and B, you've opened up a little bit of A and B now as well yourself, seen some of the new cards and all that.
I've definitely just opened stuff. I've got cards everywhere. Yes.
Any new favorite cards out of the new thing? Like, is there any particular reprints that you enjoy the art of a lot more, or any of the new actual cards within the A and B set that just feel deserve a special shout out? Or
I mean, I really want to see some equestrian stuff happening. A lot of the cards are based on equestrian. I think it's like I want to see start popping up. I want to see it working. There's a lot of these like equestrian effects, but I think if anyone play it, so I'd really like to see that. I started early with the unique favorable wins. Like trying to get that combo in is pretty fun. Kind of like the Tenoris summoning the Exodia. If you get your 3 unique allies, then buff them, and then they get to swing for 2 additional, 3 additional.
Oath of the Sakura. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a card I was like, this is kind of fun and kind of build my deck around. Try to build, yeah, Oath of Sakura. I think that's a wonderful card. It looks really good too.
Very
What a-
hard to pull off, I would find. Having 3 allies unique on the board at any state would be quite challenging to accomplish, especially since, Guan Yon, for example, I believe she's a 5 cost. Has a reduced cost on fast activation, but still a very challenging feat to be able to accomplish. So it would be challenging to with certain opponents, especially control. If it's like another allies deck that you're trading allies for each other, it's kind of a card that's kind of dead in your hand.
Yeah, like I said, I just like the idea. It's very hard to pull off. It's that Exodia style play, right? It's slow play too. You can't really play it in response. Um, but I liked it. I like that card. What else? What about you?
Oh, for me in particular, I haven't played much of Jin, but
Mm-hmm.
I do love the interaction with immortality around Jim, particularly when it comes to the enrage as well as the proof of life card. So
The one that, that turns your counters.
no, so
Alright.
it whenever you take damage next time, it doubles that damage taken.
Yep.
So being able to fast play an Exia and then have a reduced cost for your next card activated, then playing a proof of life on top of that on materialization of like a spear or a breastplate, taking that increased damage, putting your thresholds up higher on your attack cards that require you to have a certain amount of damage counters to be able to deal 1 additional damage. I just think, you know, with the immortality pairing along with proof of life, you can really push that damage quite high to find lethal on your opponent.
Yeah.
I know with some of the game testings I've played into it, seeing like a proof of life played on the breastplate trigger, take 6, and then on the spear trigger, take instead of taking 5, taking 10. They also stack as well, so if you've only got the spear to play the turn, you can double stack proof of life, take 20 instead, and that will just push all that damage a lot further out.
And I really like the artwork. I think from this set a lot compared to the others. I like that style they're going.
Yeah, the artwork's fantastic in this set. I'm enjoying a lot of the reprints a lot as well.
The Lava Soul Tiger, I think is gonna. I think that card has got some really good playability. A lot of people messing around with that. I like that. Trying to get to that. It's Pride 3, Banish 2. Just a 5/5 card is so strong. If you can get it buffed and start swinging, it's like, okay, well, welcome to the Tiger Show. I'm just shifting through some cards here. There's Juang, the Shadow Main. That's the deck I was liking. The Rippleback Turtle. I like the art style of that card. Oh, that's actually the ranged, the bows and arrows. I haven't really seen much play in. I'm interested to see if anyone can cook something with the bolts. These cards that you can play on the field that can swing, but then you can put them into your crossbow. Like, interested to see if anything can come from that.
Yeah, it's something I want to discuss a bit further on later because we've got the second game starting. But yeah, with the new set, I want to see whether or not there's going to be some more bows and arrows around some of the cards that are coming out.
All right, let's bring up some spirits here.
Yeah, so we've got a pass from Kong Ming going into a creative shot for RM spells on his first turn, drawing 2.
Someone is playing that deck in the tourney. Which one, Blue? The
Play Incap Fishing Accident.
unsure.
There's a card. Fishing Accident is a card from.
Really? That's a card. Fishing Accident.
Yeah, so you can prepare 2 for rest target ally. If fishing accident was prepared, put that ally on the bottom of the owner's deck instead.
Yeah. Cool. Someone's playing bows in the tournament. Keen to see. All right, we got a bit going on here. Looks like fire was played. Kongming's leveled up with Spirit of Water. Looks like a Naked Blast was.
Yeah, Nascent Blast was targeted at the Hasty Messenger, I would say.
Yep.
On the attack swing, leveling up to level 1 Kongming, losing a title lock on Banish.
Did you say a naked
pretty sure-
blast? I
yeah,
didn't
you-
say a
you-
naked blast. It was
nah,
nascent. I knew it
said
was
naked,
nascent
mate.
blast. Okay, it was.
I
not
didn't want
naked
to say
blast.
anything,
It
but
was
everyone
not
else heard
naked
it now.
blast.
So yeah, right.
Hey, I'm doing production here. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, okay. When that camera comes back on, mate, you better not be naked. I swear to God.
Why? Can't the Beanie Boys be happy naked? Holy. Can't we just
Come
be
on, Jack
pure?
Gavin, yeah, we are pure.
Can our beard hairs get connected in a special way between two friends?
All right. Yeah. Cooler, mate.
All right, Shifting Carrots coming out. Banishing Floating Memory. Good opener here. Great. Lorraine. No epic twist. We're swapping the champion out. I love that when that happens. What?
Typical standard Merlin play.
So
Yeah,
Lorraine's
efficient.
purely just because you get the sword and you can bounce it. And
It's one
nothing
of the
else.
perks
in
with
the-
Lorraine for sure. Yeah, having that Regalia item out for later play is great.
Have they ever played anything else for Merlins? Merlin? Like did any
No, I
other?
haven't really seen. Nah, apart from the Kong Ming one that I saw during the weekend at Toronto, that was interesting.
RM, yeah, lucky enough RM was in our feature match last week. Loves an early DG. Loves it. Loves to consume your float. Crazy.
Puts a lot of pressure quite
Wait,
early
is
on.
there a website with sexy topless Merlin proxies out? I feel like anything more sultry than leisure may be too risque. Let me out.
If you do find it, you can send the link to Jack if you want. That'd be great. Me as well if you.
If
really
you find it, you found my website I've been working on the side.
Busted, mate.
Busted. All right, some crazy plays coming in. Oh, Shard of Empowerment. There's a new card. I know that one. Or I'm wrong. Just coming in comfortably.
Nah, you're
Boom.
right, mate. It's
Banish
obviously
it,
the
empower
crystal.
too.
It's obviously the crystal of empowerment, mate.
It's a riff of yeah, Art of Empower.
Banishing it, empowering 2, Indolent Leisure, getting the draw and draw 1 into memory since he's level 3 for the next spell activation.
That's some good use of. I mean, that ledger card is beautiful. I love the
Yeah.
pink. The nice
Lovely
pink
art.
dice. Again, I'm just. What are you doing here, man? How do you play against this Merlin? Already in a good spot. Has the DG. Only has 4 in the deck, but RM will draw it. He'll find it. He'll dig.
Banishing
Sorcery
1 for the
coming out.
book. Time of Sorcery.
It's not rushing to the level 3 level up. I'm guessing has DG again.
Yeah, definitely.
Might see another Heavenly. Super excited.
The hype is real. That would be insane. Double Heavenly. Like, that would just be nutty.
Yeah, true. That's be level 2, right?
Yeah, true. Forgot about the on enter for the having to be level 2. Tapping Merlin, eating what? Didn't think he had any float.
Eating pleasure.
Okay,
Just
interesting.
removing cards. It says, you know what? I'm gonna tab. It's gonna
What benefit
destroy
would
your
that be to
graveyard.
What
It's a
benefit would it be to
mental
removing
game.
me?
It's the mental game. It says like, you know, I actually don't even need to use this ability. That's how strong I am right now. I'm just gonna delete a nothing card. It's a flex. It's mental games. Come on.
A Colorious Ward as well for the DG swing. Okay. I guess just to draw the extra card. Since it's pointing west to Shifting Currents into memory.
Coriolis Ward. Why can't it just be Water Ward? Prevent the damage and draw a card into memory. Interesting to print the 1. Wouldn't you save that for later on when that's a card right there that could prevent the fireball damage early on? like from Lethal last game.
Yeah,
He
it
must be
replaced
digging
itself, though,
early.
so yeah, he's just trying to keep influence high. Leveling up here, level 2. DG for Merlin, level 3 for RM, passing turn.
Two DGs. You're at level 3 Merlin. What are you cooking? What are you going to do? He's looking here to try and get level 3, get some leechings out. The Planar Abyss is high empowerment. He just
Heavenly
needs to carefully
Guide,
maintain.
no. Indolent Leisure.
Heavenly
Nice.
Guide. What's
Vacky
up,
with a
Vacky? How are you?
whoa. G'day.
Whoa, welcome. Welcome to the jungle.
Ending turn, moving currents north.
Got a cards in hand. Maybe you can luck out and it kind of won't come out this turn.
Yeah, it's so many turns for calming still to work towards lethal, though. By that point, Merlin just gets so much influence from the constant level ups. Power 1, paying down 3. A Nascent Blast. Very nice. Since it's empowered, it will return back to memory.
What a Nascent Blast target.
Champs are calming, the only unit currently on calming's table.
4 damage coming across.
Taking it to a total of 5, 6.
Another strong card that kind of like benefits. His empowers were really for Kong Ming, I feel like, but showing again that how the Merlin deck has been quickly adapted to these extra new cards.
Yeah, it was Coriolis Ward again.
Put it up.
Oh no, sorry, I was refracting missiles, sorry. Coming in for 1, banishing that.
Really?
Floating
Guess
memory,
I'll-
and then
what?
removing 2 from memory to level up.
What are you going to materialize from Kong Ming?
Level
The
3.
Leeching Bolt
Level
again.
3.
Oh, it's
Losing a Leeching Bolt and Terror Sight on the level up there. Recovering 2 on enter for 2 Terror in banish.
right. Kong Ming stage 3. What is the level 3 for
Level 3 for Kong Ming.
shifted currents anywhere you want?
So whenever you activate a spell, you can, rotate shifting currents in a direction that you would like to.
Great card. Look at the design on that. Love the vines on the outside. I guess part of his like important to the recover, where X amount of terror elements in your card is looked important. But I think he only had maybe 1 terror.
He had 2
Maybe
Terror, 'cause
2.
he was on 6 and he went down to 4. Yeah. It was the 2 that was banished and level up for the Leeching Bolt and the Terror side.
Thanks for the Kixie. I'm just talking quieter. When I talk quieter, the lag's coming back. Oh god.
Moving current south on that play. Creative Shock and Response to Ruinous Pillar. Dumping a Flame Rune. Taking 2 for the fire discard and ending turn there.
No Incarnate coming out.
Still not enough. Will this turn probably?
Is there ever a time when, I guess the other, we're talking about Merlin decks, like Prismatic is the other deck. Is that still using Incarnate?
Prismatic can run Incarnate.
Or is that kind of the alternate version of the Merlin play?
Depends really. Like you can play like water and wind into a Merlin deck with your Ascension, so that way you can see with the water reveal, draw a lot more cards and see your Incarnate a lot sooner. As well as while dealing damage out, clearing your opponent's board, and also banishing their memory as well on the reveal. But they'll typically run a lot less Incarnates, just so they could fit that Crux package into their deck.
Yep. Trying to look here. We shifted to 6 here or 9 damage?
So it's 9 totally on Zeliondius.
Just some swinging from the board. Lot of cards in Arm's hand.
Coming for 3 with the Drawn Blade. I think sacrificing the Drawn Blade shows that there will be an Incarnate played this turn to reduce the cost by 1 with having a Sword Regalia in Banishment. So it's currently 6 efficiency on Incarnate.
10 damage from that? Does Dawnbreaker hit for 1?
Cremation on the DG.
Pretty late cremation.
Mustn't have found the Incarnate yet.
You had a point where you've like haven't found your Incarnate when playing Merlin? Or drawn too many Incarnates at the start?
Nah,
Okay.
just fireballs for me, mate. Always see plenty of Incarnates as Merlin. Too early on as well, unfortunately. You want to throw up that Ruinous Pillar card as well.
Bonus.
So that's currently the domain Mage Spire that's active on Calming's deck at board at the moment.
The terror thing. Why
So
do?
to empower 2 and draw a card, and whenever your shifting currents changes from facing west to east, you may sacrifice Ruinous Pillars. Oh no, so you sacrifice Ruinous Pillars of Quado, and when you do, you destroy a target non-champion object you don't control.
Which is the horse, right? It's Incarnate?
Yes, correct.
Here we go. We have a counter. This is it. When last time he did deal with the Incarnate the first time, but just couldn't get through. Like, we're already at 14 damage. He had to spend
Having
a lot
to
for
commit-
leeching. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Empowering everything into a leeching and then spending more to cast the leeching is just so much commitment to just deal with one ally. So
this feels more achievable.
I want to be able to fast activate something. Okay, so just recollecting and drawing for turn. So he'll be able to activate a spell, move shifting currents from east to west, and then he may sacrifice the Ruinous Pillar.
He wants to end it west and then end of turn go to the opposite, correct?
Mm-hmm. Hydro Guard Retainer. Moving it west. Sacrificing, destroying horse. Very nice. On end step.
Well played.
Wait, have we established it was a horse or a deer?
It's a deer.
What is it again? It's a deer, mate. Okay.
Deer, man.
Deer. Passing over back to RM. He'll have to bounce that back via Crux side or hopefully find another one in the deck.
I just don't see how Kongmin's doing the damage. Like, we're still at 14 and 1 damage. Like, he's got.
Yeah, I think there's 4 in hand at the moment, so that stops any water cards from being played in response to RM spells plays. 1 from DG. Oh, he's taking it back. Oh, the Hydro Guard Retainer, of course, of course. Taunt's still up. Very interesting.
Only 10 minutes left in the round. These games are getting quite long in the competitive scene, I feel like.
What do you
We've talked
reckon
about-
underneath the Comings Quicksilver Grail?
The Terra. Is that Terra card the one that you can declare attack and pay? Is that a materialized card or is that just a standard card?
I think it's
The
just a standard
stratagem.
card. That one, yeah.
Covenant of Thorns?
Yeah, I reckon it's Covenant.
That's a good sideboard right here.
Unfortunately,
Terra.
with Terra Cleric, you don't get the class bonus where it costs nothing to materialize. So Calming will still have to banish 1 from memory on reveal to activate it.
But I mean, that's still like hella good, right?
Yeah, so
Turning it straight
out.
putting it straight onto a big fireball straight onto reflecting it back onto the Deer Incarnate Majestic Spirit is a good play. Looks like Arm is trying to count here for lethal.
What a push now.
Another Mnemonic Charm.
Currently level 8. Fireball for
Fireball.
9. And that'd be game, I think.
Fireball for 9. It's 23.
Oh, Harmonious Mantra. Nice. Since it's Norm, the Viridian Charm does not do anything. Viridian Trinket. Pointing currents north as well, so we recover a total of 6.
Good play.
I'm thinking on the resolve before it does, if there's any other fast plays to put on top of the stack. Tapping Tome, maybe?
I mean, how much damage you got to do here? So, how much health is coming out? 20.
So the 6 will take it back down to 8, and then the Fireball will come in for 9.
Back to 7.
Back to 15. Or 17, sorry. Jeez, I can't math well today.
It's alright. It's one of the skills I actually am okay with. It's math.
Still thinking on it. What can he possibly do to push the last 8 health, I would say? Does he have another Fireball in hand?
I mean, he's only got 1 card in hand in response. Like, can't
Yeah,
respond one,
can't
so
do much else.
working out, does he blast the taunt? Oh, okay. Whoop. Reveal. Yeah, what's up, Joshua Lee? Welcome to the stream. What's the reveal here? I can't see it.
Ebbing Fan, I think.
So it.
And there's a
saying,
Fireball there on response.
Someone's saying that he response that he had a Covenant, was holding, didn't want to reveal, and then once Ebbing Fan knew it wasn't Covenant of Thorns, has then played down for the double Fireball. I think that's lethal.
Yep. That's lethal, yep. Game done. Well played.
Well played from RM. Strong melon play.
Empower just works too well with Merlin. So much synergy.
Let's go back to the caster couch. Let's debrief, mate. That's our Kong Ming. There's Merlin yet again. We got some new cards, but Merlin's like, you know what, baby? Thanks for these empowers. Thanks for that. Make my deer even better. You know. What, you know? Don't worry about Jen. Don't worry about Kong Ming. Just let the Merlin keep rising. You know.
Yes, yes. Very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Sorry, just getting everything back centralized.
I'm interested in the Kong Ming deck list. Okay, maybe we can bring it up, Matt. If you could bring up the deck list, we could talk it through.
I'll have to chase them for the deck list because I don't believe we have access to deck lists.
Can't see it on the
from the
Omnidex.
event. Nah, for local events like this, we can't really require people to enter a deck list. It's a lot of micromanagement for
Class
just
tuning
generic
coming in on
runs.
October.
It might be a possibility in the future, but as it currently stands, yeah, not too sure. But I will reach out and see whether or not I can get one forwarded through that he would be happy to know that's been shared out to the public. Of course.
Yeah, it's coming blast. I would love to show the Kong Ming, but it hasn't for these events like they are. We haven't revealed. It's a bit of extra managing, unfortunately, but if we can get it, we will share it. If you check out the Discord for Illusive TCG, if we can get onto the player, you might share it there and then shout out your deck, so you can check it there, Blaster. Maybe Limelight has the Discord link somewhere we can play so that people can have a look.
No, that was very good. Good game.
I guess for like, if you're running empowers and this Kong Ming, I feel like I want it. Like right now, I don't want to play. If we're gonna play Training Grounds on Thursday, I'm gonna make a Kong Ming fire deck, so I have the chance to do lethal. I just feel like the leashing bolt. I don't know if it's there. I don't know because we've seen it so much against you know the high damage of Merlin that can place down against allies. I feel like she's gonna have a harder time against allies. So I want that empowered. I want that aggressive damage I can get from fire. I want to draw quicker. You know, I want to have floating so I can level without being punished and also get benefits from the empowering.
Yeah, I really feel that fire helps so much with mage to have those big spells with the fireballs in hand.
Yep.
And have the influence coming back to hand as well to play that big lethal damage.
Yep.
It's great, you know, with water and wind having more control with Kong Ming, but yeah, having the late game push with like Planar Abyss as well as the leeching bolts, it kind of can fall off, especially into more aggressive decks like Fire Merlin.
I think I've got a message here from our production. It says, do we think the hit will stop Vanitas from performing in NZ?
I think it's still a very viable deck.
Yeah.
You know, it's being able to recover consistently as well as punch out damage with Razor Guard Calling is quite strong. Yeah.
But do you think though, like it's going to slow down because you can't proc so much? Like, what is it? You can proc in one turn, activate it, banish activate. Like, you can't do that 3 turn for 3 damage. You got double, that's 6. You got 3, it's 9. Like, that's slow down. Then people are they going to start? You know, and if I destroy your Fantasia, you know, that's slowing you down even more from your win con, even though you're recovering. And I know things like I was very surprised with the Nico. You know, Storm of Thorns to prevent 1 for a turn is super strong to counter that as well, right?
Yeah, I felt like Nico by far was one of the most prevalent decks in Ascent Toronto that was quite compatible in dealing with the damage from Razor Guard Calling. Yes, like Storm of Thorns, like you said, the Vapor Jet Shield also being something you can materialize out and just prevent damage taken that way.
There's stuff in chat, so a few things. Blast Jungle saying, I let decree because the option provides. That being said, Solar Eruption really cool card and Fire KM and if Solar Eruption.
Your mic's just cutting out a bit, mate.
Solar Eruption from Kong Ming.
Solar Eruption. Okay.
Yep. And then Blast said, I think it turns it from a broken deck to a strong deck, but still a fair deck. Joshua Lee, it's going to be multiple Razor Callings in play to really do anything now. And then Limelight said it's all fast. They can just wait for next turn. I guess you're right. Like if you preempt, like you Storm of Thorns, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna hold all my cards, and the next turn I'm gonna fast play that damage.
Yeah,
in
but
response.
it's going to be circumstantial. So where they're pushing the damage out from the Razor Gales, they go to pot one, then you in response, play out your defensive ability, and
Yep.
then pass turn, and then in response to materialization, then they'll be like, okay, now I'm going to start throwing out these 3 visits around again and see whether or not you have any other responses to it. If not, I can push a lot of damage into you. So the additional cost of Rest of Champions definitely going to slow down the pace of the game, but it's still somewhat of a competitive deck.
Yeah, and of course the recovering is huge as well. Right? Yeah,
Very strong. It takes so many turns for for all these champions to find their point of lethal towards winning the game, and being able to rest your champion consistently on the 3 visits activation, either from your hands or from your grave or from your banishment on resolution, recovering 2 and resting. You can, over the course of 3 turns, recover 6 health.
I mean, does the threat still stand there enough that you're going to either sideboard the proxy card to stop favorable wins at least? Like, that's one of their biggest defense cards. Like, if I'm a big hitter Merlin and I'm looking to sideboard, I feel like that's an easy proxy for me to put it, like that card proxy to stop that, that favorable wins is going to help me definitely guarantee. The Veiling, sorry.
Veiling Breeze, you mean? So yeah, for sure. It's something that you could consider running in material. So when you're going to push for lethal with, as a Merlin with a bunch of fireballs, and you don't want them being able to reveal a bunch of wind to prevent that damage taken, you just materialize that, tap that, and then they'll have to. I wonder if there's a window of opportunity though on tapping it. If then you can choose to Veiling, and then still prevent damage for that turn. But then Merlin can just hold cards in hand, and then on the next turn, then pump in damage for it, because then Veiling will then expire.
Yeah, and I guess that's I think the biggest part of Grand Archive players being new into the scene is your sideboard. It's saying this is my win condition of my deck. This is what I'm strong against. This is what I'm not, and I need to sideboard. And getting the exposure, coming to these webcam events, playing on the TCG, and getting involved in the Discord, getting out there on all the socials and challenging people to webcam events, TTS. Like that's where you're going to expose your deck to find out what you need to sideboard, and that's the best way for you to improve your gameplay. Like, yeah, I think exposure is the best way to grow.
Yeah, for sure. And there's so many more new cards to experiment with as well. Seeing all these new deck coming, new card plays, it's good to get that exposure to bring up your overall experience within the game to see what interactions go into which other cards.
Blaster Jungle is saying you could Veiling Breeze in response to the mirror activation. Yes, since the Veiling Breeze would then resolve before the mirror activation, and at that time the cards in mirror would still be win. And then,
yes,
but then we just attack their allies. Yeah, it's true. You can go for their allies. I guess it was many allies played in the Vanitas decks. It was like just your windmill, and there was an Asin Protector, I believe, was played.
The slime package as well. So like the baby greys as well as the baby greens.
Yep.
Some decks ran Asin Protectors, as we said. Dream Fairies. I can't think of any other wind allies apart from the windmill engineers.
Maybe a Swift Recruit. I don't know if it made it.
Yeah, I can't recall seeing any Swift Recruits.
I watched I believe there was a Wind Ally player that was playing like Wind Diana. It was interesting to watch at one of the games.
Yeah, day 1 I did see. I think it was a Fire Merlin. The Fire Merlin did make it to day 2. But yeah, on day 1 played into a Wind Diana. Very interesting deck that one was. Quite consistent with the damage push. A lot of unique allies as well.
Looking at too, there was also we talked about earlier. I talked about the Fire Tiger. There was actually a Fire Aggro Beast Allen that went with the Lavasaur Tiger and the Flame Wing Fowl. It's kind of cool. I mean, how many people are playing the Allen card? That rushing early to the Pride, it seems like such a good play.
Yeah. Some of the beasts do require quite a high pride count to be able to utilize, and with the Allen controlling 2 beasts or animal, pushing up your level count by 2 just opens up so much possibility to be swinging with these massive pride allies.
I guess for the Pride scene, like I know I was like super keen. Like there's the Terror Dragon, some Pride cards here. That looks just like super cool. The Silver Beast, the monkey was a time for the Pride.
Silverback.
Yeah, like. Still Pride 5/5. Like, we're talking about empowering cards, right? Like, are they That counts, right? If I'm at that level, I can swing.
So with Empower, do you mean in particular? No,
With
Empower only works for spells. So
But if I was in
the next,
Merlin Wind could do it, right? Plus, because I get the plus counter on my level 2.
so if you're activating a spell, you'll benefit from that spell being
Spell.
activated if your character or if your
Right.
champion was that level.
Gotcha.
So it's I don't think it works with Pride in that respect. So yeah, it's not opening up Pride because you're now considered this level.
Just through Alan or through well, Merlin. Do we ever see some Merlin play with Pride allies? Because the Merlin does the plus counter for Merlin counters a level.
Yeah. So I did see a bit of an interesting test build going around with some people and friends we were playing with like the Lava Soul Tiger, playing with like a Fire Melon. So with Lava Soul Tiger, you can play it down for 4. On enter, you can banish 2 fire cards. It loses Pride for the turn, so you can immediately have a 5/5 that's capable of putting damage somewhere on the board. And then it's a hard unit to take care of. So your opponent will also have to commit to it, but if they don't take care of it, Merlin has a very easy time getting the 3, tap 1 float at level 2, you're there. Tiger's now open to just start laying damage on anywhere on the board.
That's crazy. That's some good content there. That's some spice. Whoever cooked that up loves, cooking in the kitchen. That's what they say, by the way. Cooking in the kitchen. But the kids tell me
in the kitchen.
Cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, you know best. You'd be the authority on the.
That's true. Yeah, I'm down with it. I'm hip. Yeah, being a bearded boy, it's a hip gig that I'm in. Look, we've got to hopefully game 3 is going to start for us. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We've had a whole bunch of 30 to 40 viewers concurrent watching tonight. I appreciate you being here. Of course, I'm MrReeeee. With me, guest host is Necrotic. We are part of Creative Shock Down Under. We are lucky enough to be webcam hosting and casting for the Illusive TCG webcam, which is available. Starts at 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's free entry at the moment, which is good to get players getting involved. So if you're someone else to try a deck, please come along. If you're a fan of Vulpixie and Creative Shock, she does enter these games. She's currently playing Fire Xander, so you probably don't reverse her, but I appreciate you guys being here tonight.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And the Illusive League that runs every Tuesday night is always capped at 3 hours, so I don't feel like, if you come along and it's, a lot of people showing up, that you're going to be playing for a very long time. It will be 3 hours, free entry, as MrReeeee said, and, get your participation prizing, your event packs, some booster packs as well for playing. Obviously, if you're not within Australia or Victoria, they will need to be shipped out. That's the only additional cost you pay. But yeah, come along and come and join along. It's good fun.
Right. Joshua Lee says, I'm going to rework my Crux Lorraine list, which I tune mostly to show aspects of the game to people. I really like to see, you're speaking Necrotic fan, but I don't know if you know this. Joshua Lee, this boy right here, Necrotic, is a Lorraine fanboy. He's Ensoul. On his back, he has Grand Archive Ensoul and the card printed on his back. If you're lucky enough to see it, maybe if you come down to New Zealand Ascent, we can get him to take his shirt off so you can all see it, but loves the card, honestly.
Not happening, mate.
It was a beautiful tattoo. Took him many hours to get done, so...
Crux Joshua is a fantastic element to be showing to those for the aspects of the game for new players to join in. It's a really fun element to play for sure. A good choice.
What do you think is the most, are we saying that the most advanced element is the most fun?
Oh, I can't steer away.
He's going Crux. He's sending in. I mean, Exia. I think Exia is coming up, man. I think Exia is pretty fun, dude.
Yeah, they're so enjoyable. Like Umbra's enjoyable. Exia, anything that just pushes, lets you draw a lot, deal a lot of damage. It's really enjoyable to play.
Just releases. I'm in the US, lol. It's not like a cheap trip to the NZ, or you're playing the webcam, because the webcam is just got a time frame.
No, to come see my back. Since you invited everyone in the chat to come look at my back tattoo, I don't think Joshua wants to put up the funds to come look at it. So.
God, we need a GoFundMe to see Necrotic's back tattoo. Limelight Yo said, I've picked a spicy matchup. I'm super excited to see that coming on. Looks like they're still setting up, but that looks a spicy matchup coming in for game 3, which is super exciting. Jin is pretty cool from Joshua Lee. I think the X here is a lot of good looking cards in that space. Eddie Wang says, I don't know, something about playing an unsold tickles the fancy. Yeah, I think summoning the swords is one of the greatest
Yeah.
joys of a Grand Archive player.
Definitely, just bringing in all those swords, and they've all got their own little special arts and all on enter abilities. Just a lot of fun.
And then the greatest defeat is then being told you can't play it because of a range of cards. Like Song of Frost, does that stop it? Or
Stops one of them.
stops one of them? Or what else stops your swords? There is a card that like stops the whole thing, right?
There's frozen steel.
Freezing Steel.
Freezing steel. That's the one. Yep. So all of them will enter rested.
Yeah, God, that'd be depressing.
That would
Finally
be.
summon Foam Exodia and then Freezing Steel.
Yeah, Start Hay as well, but with a Start Hay, I have learnt that when I play an end style in response to a Start Hay, I just go what swords. So
I go what swords?
I don't have any swords. What are you talking about?
Railing Breeze, Failing Breeze, yep. Resolute Stand could be
Stops all
annoying.
those small one chips. Yep, have to think about a different way to push out the damage, but yeah, no, good fun.
All right, we've
Alright.
got some cards coming in. We're going to shift across to game 3. Limelight's
one.
telling it's starting.
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to do production.
Okay.
I'm reading one on my screen. I'm trying to product. Okay. Stop flaming me. At least no one can see my hand movements right now but you. Okay. What are their names? Let me spell. We'll try and spell it. Okay.
All
Who's
right.
at the
So
bottom?
we've got down the bottom. We've got Rat.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, RAT, mate. You know to spell that. Good work.
Rat. And is that from Rat Gaming? Is that
Yep.
the Rat?
That's the Rat himself.
That's the Rat
And we've
himself?
got Josh H on the top.
Oh, easy. These so I had to pick these ones to spell. Where is Josh H. I believe these are both regular. Josh. I think we saw Josh.
Josh H. That's it. Perfect.
Like very. Whoop.
You're a bit away from the mic again, mate.
Sorry, this is the wrong thing I've just pressed. How do I? Okay, back. Looks like a fire. What's that? Is that a fragment spirit of fire? No way.
I'm calling Fire Merlin for sure.
Stop it. Is it fragmented spirit of fire?
Yep, fragmented of Spirit of Fire.
Wandy coming in. Who let my partner be on the stream? The gods of Limelight. Increasing danger coming out. Rat's got a beautiful. Like I don't want to be camera bias here, but Rat's camera is quite nice. It's a very nice camera.
He is a streamer, so fantastic camera quality that he uses for his regular streams.
Favorite Spire played, increasing played, gets an extra card. Doesn't get to draw it there on turn
Serene
1.
Spirit of Fire for Rat as well.
If this is double Xander, we're just ending the stream.
Nah, I know Rat wouldn't be caught playing as Xander, so we're all good on that front.
Okay, can't spell Serene. I thought it was Serene. That's not how to spell Serene, everyone. I said spicy matchup.
Very spicy. Me like.
Okay, guys, how do we spell Serene?
I'm pretty sure that Serene.
That's what I tried. Oh, there we go. I don't want it.
It's Spirit of Serene Fire, just so you know.
All right, Serene coming out. Looks like some damage played. What was that first card played?
So that's a Clumsy Apprentice, take 2, draw 1.
Is that a new art?
Yeah, that's the new art from AMB. Oh, and a second Clumsy. Nice. Take 2, draw 1.
Right, sitting. Oh, I was spelling it correct. That's because I put Serene Spirit. I didn't like it. 4 damage coming on to Rat. Josh is on.
Ooh, alright. Could still be Merlin, I guess, but we'll see. Banishing 1.
Why?
Okay,
Oof.
Arcane. It is a full
Arcane,
ride.
right. Or as we call it, unbalanced apprentice. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very good, mate.
Yeah, that's very good, mate. That's
Yeah, very
that's
good.
the tick of approval from Necrotic. If you want to know what it is, you know, I said I loved him, and he said, "Yeah, good work, mate." Like, all right, and then we hugged it, and I walked off. Okay.
So, Scry the Skies.
We don't know what's coming up here. Is that a gin?
Yep, Jin, level
Oh,
1.
we're seeing gin tonight, baby. Let's go, Kong Min Jin. Okay, is
Losing
Jin not
the
Jin? Oh my, there we go. Wow, losing the cleave. Rough. Interesting. A lot of spells coming out here, but a lot of fast plays. Kind of not what you want to look for Jin, I guess. I mean, I'm going to go for my Rye experience here, which is very limited. You've got Peaceful Reunion, Vanish from Sight. Both can be very hard for Jin to deal with.
Very challenging.
Yeah, the cleave, not so much. You're correct. He's not going to be playing allies. I mean, we're saying that there are wind rise, but I guess he's fire. So 4 damage, double
The
attack.
play here with Jin would be putting out a bit of an ally board as well and just pushing damage to face before the cycle begins.
Shield mate.
Yeah, this would be a cremation follow-up, I would say.
Oh, look at him. Who are you?
Yeah, perfect.
Who are you, dude?
Who am I?
Why? Sensei Necrotic, dude. Did you win store champs once before in OCE or regionals?
Yeah, mate.
that
Everyone
you?
won once.
Is that Necrotic? If you want to know, by the
Everyone's
way,
won
MrReeeee has not won a store champs and regionals, but is hoping this year to redeem. He's feeling good. I feel like I have a good game. I'm gonna meta slave. It's gonna be good. You're gonna see me on Merlin. It's gonna be great. 2 more banished.
comeback.
3 is that 3? Arcane already in.
Yes.
Oh
So
boy.
I missed the first card, but Power Overwhelming is the top card. Level 2 and a DG.
DG.
Perfect. And it begins.
And it begins. Dun, 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 dun. The Rising of Rye. Is that all arcane? Dude, is he like 5 arcanes right now? How many arcanes? He's got no counter on it, unfortunately. But I feel like he is sending the arcane. This could be a counter here. Very hard for me to see. Swinging 1 for damage. Cracking the fragment to draw. Alright, 2 clumsies. Banishing 1. Canadian cards. Losing an Axia sight.
Vanish.
2 Jin coming. I think what I find with Jin players, a lot of people are still not getting used to the inherent effect of the +1 after attacking.
With the Jin, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the +1 attack here is like, is he going to get to use it swing before DJing? Yeah, I think he needs to get probably to 3. I guess you don't need to rush to 3, right? You're not going to.
You want to as Jin rush to 3. That immortality, and pushing up your damage so that way you can hit your opponent just as hard back is crucial for Jin. So.
And I guess too, what's really the tempo of is getting the breastplate out super early to get that continuous draw is so strong as well to maintain tempo.
Yeah, 2 new cards every turn is very nice.
Swinging with both clumsies, coming in for 6.
And there's the DG. Very nice.
No Heavenly, unfortunately. The new alternate art dungeon.
So 4 cards left in hand, I think, for Rats on Jin. Want to face for DG.
Dying coming out. It's 7 and 5. Still a decent amount of damage coming out. Those clumsies still ticking away. I really not having much of an answer to it. Well, Is the camera going whack after calling it, or what is going on here?
Bit bizarre. So tariff ring, no, okay. Was he playing a wind bauble? What's going on here?
Looks like on my screen, the stream hopefully is looking okay, but for some reason, my
Yeah, no, it's kind of a bit screwy, mate, on the stream. I think it's gone. You still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
What's the stream look like?
So Josh's screen's still working, but
Yeah.
Rats is not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Rats here. I cannot explain this. Yeah, I might disconnect and reconnect here, which is disappointing, but I don't know why it's doing that.
Sure. Sorry, guys. I'll leave you just a moment. We'll get it back up shortly. So careful study played by Rye, going to 8 enlightenments, popping 6 to draw 2.
Yeah, good back.
No, it's better. I think. It was for a second.
Yeah, super weird. Don't know. Ah, the internet. Things I cannot control. Okay.
All for Redic Bolt, coming in for 10.
Wow. 10 damage. God damn.
Yeah, Jin says thank you very much. Keep pushing damage into me. I'll just hit just as hard back.
I mean, how much fast playing damage are you looking at for like Rye? Is it known for its fast plays?
No, fireballs are the typically only fast plays you would see.
I guess too, one of the big things that players play around this is, and hopefully it's in Josh's sideboard, is the idea that I know Corinna's done it to me, but being able to burn to ash or destroy the Blessprate, right? Like an end of turn phase, the end of turn you destroy and just instantly drop them down 8 health. Is probably the best way to deal with the breastplate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already if you push not to their health pool though, yeah, it could be worth doing.
Okay, pass the turn. Ballet's on board. Surely going to bring out the breastplate here. Get the draw started. I mean, if he thinks he has lethal, he could also just go for Strong Blade, but it's not going to come for much damage. It's a 1 plus counters of 5.
Yeah,
So
it would
just 3, so swings for 4. So we're at 11. 12, 13, 14 damage on board. He only needs, what, another 10?
25 is on Rye, so yeah.
11?
It's interesting because I think Rye has 4 in hand, so he's got to make sure he's taking into careful consideration the possibility of a Spell Shield Arcane.
What's the spear called? Let's Google spear. Yep, it's not called spear. Great. Any ideas on the name, big boy?
Yeah. That one is.
Name in the chat with the name.
Shao-Ji of Sacrifice. So Shuang.
Or Xiaoji, yeah. So currently 1 for every 5 counters get +1. So only currently at, well, it's taken damage now. So it took to draw. So sitting at 21 now. So that's +4. So it's swinging for 5 damage.
Putting in those 1 chip units. Pushing damage into the Rye.
Right. Right.
AC Messenger. It might be game here, depending on what answers Rat has, but I'm pretty sure there will be a fast play fireball here on end step, which will come in for 11. But I guess it's still Serene Spirit, so could release the heal on response to the fireball.
And for 6, I think we're at 17.
Yeah, 2 from the dungeon guy with a +1 from the inherent effect of Jin.
Yep.
Mend Flesh. Ooh, there we go. Nice, good play.
Back
Cover
8.
8. Back to 13. Lucky you, Jack. You get to bounce the health counters up and down.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Go, boy, go. Nice damage. Very well played. You're not going to have enough damage with that many cards to push him over, and that gets him another round to survive. Brilliantly played.
Immortal for another turn.
Got a lot of allies on board that are all going to get the heritage. It's like, what do you bring out here? I mean, hopefully, like I said, Tavering coming out. Interesting play. Make him pay the extra cost of swing, I think is useful. Scry? What are you looking for here with Scry?
Lining up all your arcanes, particularly Arcane Blast as well, being level 10 means you can push damage quite efficiently by only have to pay down 1 to play him. However, it's quite tricky as well because you don't want to push too much damage onto the Jin because he'll hit just as hard back. I would say in this circumstance, Spell Shield Arcanes might be worth scrying for, as well as the Careful Studies to be able to play them to be able to draw those Spell Shield Arcanes to hand.
It's just like a longer match, like I said. It's like, yeah. Kind of want to do a big setup of damage. And Rad played really well to bring him to a point where he couldn't fast play for the kill that he thought he had. And now has to try and chip away by doing slow play damage to try and bring him up again. Then put him into that lethal time. You know, he's trying to get him just to enough that he, I guess, if he keeps scaling to get really high, you know, on Fireball that's coming in for 15, 20, 25, like. But like you're saying, you need to prevent that damage. As long as you're sitting Jin longer, he's just getting times to hit you and bring that health bar up. You're already at 17. You only got 7, 11 more, 8 more health.
Banishing Anger of the Skies to go up another level counter on the Tome tap to draw another new card.
What card was played? Is that a Careful Study?
Yeah, another Careful Study going up, drawing additional cards for the Banish of Enlightenment counters.
And a pass turn. Interesting. I mean, do you bring Shield Plate out? Grail? Very interesting.
Yeah. Usually you would see the spear underneath the grail, so I wonder what is being placed underneath this.
I mean, does it do it to say, look, if you're gonna, is it my shield to instantly put my health up +7, or is it, you know?
Tried a Terrafring pop this turn as well, so this will buy the Rye another turn. And a DG, forgot to swing it one into face.
Oh, illegal play. That's illegal. Illegal play. Red alert. I know that's a judge rule.
Nah, that's the friendly play around elusive locals.
Unless you're playing as Necrotic, because that guy's savage. I mean, do you hold cards here? You just start swinging. Looks like maybe a pass went through.
Yeah, keep the hands up. Just for this turn interaction. Immortal for another turn.
I mean, as Rat, does he have, like, what are your, there is a counter spell in Exia that he could play?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I'm still learning the names of all the new Exia cards. It's
Yeah.
something prominence, I think.
You can declare a specific card and negate it. Doesn't like. Looks like Shard of Impairment's coming out. Let's swing one from DG, bring him to 15. +3 now on Zhao, our spear. A lot of math coming out for Josh here. He's really determining what he needs to do. I feel like you just need to send some damage and just keep your shield and hope here. Like, it's that just in, the more you're holding and letting him hold cards, the more he's just going to build a. He's going to hit you even harder.
Sorry, the card's called Crimson Presence is the one I was thinking of. So class bonus 25 plus damage. Fast activation, cost 1 less if you have 25 plus damage, and if you are a warrior. Choose a card name until end of turn. If damage will be dealt to your champion by a source with that name, prevent that damage. So it's a fantastic response to like Fireball pushing lethal at the end of turn.
Yep. It'd be really good if it just prevented the a spell, like an incapacitate. Another banish there was a good full take spear.
That's that Arcane Blast banishment, so level counter going up once again to 12.
Passing turn. I feel like here, like, I mean, for Arcane Shield, could he play? He's not going to have enough damage to play something in response to the damage. I guess, can you just little triple ways here is just what he's going to work through. Nice backup to draw memory. A lot of cards here.
Yeah, I wonder how many of the Rise holding total would be a fair amount.
I mean, Peace or Reunion is what you need, right? Yeah, places, but you need Vanish from side and Peaceful. Eddie says you need to hold 2 fireballs at end phase then to push them over. Yeah. There's a nice Resolute.
Alternative cost as well, I think. Keeping hearts in hand for the end phase, I would say. Must have 2 fireballs then.
So this is a very mind game kind of game. Not much is happening on both sides, but it's all like in the brainwaves of the players, counting each step in their minds. Compared to like fast players, it's like clear this ally, clear this ally. You know, got a lot of turns that really just let them think about possibilities of knowing. And I guess the advantage for Rat is like it's an unplayed deck compared to a Rye. You kind of know like what the Rye is going to play. Cremating. Okay. Maybe looking for another men flesh in response. If he doesn't have one. What do you think, Necrotic?
Yeah, men flesh would be quite helpful here just to make sure that fireball doesn't push you to lethal here.
I mean, we're 27 minutes into game 1. Pass turn. Rat still counting.
Yeah, passing turn there. Okay. So we'll see. In response, fireball.
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to be pushing for lethal here. On Rat's end phase, that'll be coming in for 13 total, pushing him to exactly 28, I believe. Oh no, sorry, he's on 18 at the moment, so that will push him to 31 anyway.
I have him at 15. Why is he at 18?
I'm just looking at Rat's health counter. It's more up to date, higher than compared to Josh's.
Oh, maybe I activated a card.
Thinking about releasing Spirit here.
He's going to take 3 unpreventable damage. It is the breastplate.
No, that's only a recollection though. The
Oh, is it?
breastplate. It's just gonna it's gonna increase the health pool for the turn. For his champion, sorry, for the rest of the game.
He's going to 30.
35, so +7, yeah.
Yes, but he's going to 31 damage count.
So fireball resolves, coming in for 13, pushing to 31, still 4 more to lethal. And end phase resolves. Jin lives for another day.
Wow, we got earlier that we thought he had 2 fireballs there. Like I think that was a pretty. We assumed the plate was underneath there and take him to 35, and he has Serene. I guess getting him to pop the plate is the play there.
Hard to say whether or not he thinks he might have that President's card as well on hand to be able to respond to the top fireball, because you can respond with the second fireball before the President's resolves. Try and push lethal. Okay, committing Arcane Blast. Well, okay, fully sending the damage.
Oh boy, here we go. At 40 right now. 43. Jin scaling. We might get a big swing here. Chalice of Blood coming out. Gonna have a lot draw for Chalice coming in banished. Taking 4 damage, I believe. 0 J damage at 46 now. And drawing an extra card for the Berserker play. He's got, in sets of 5, we've got 45. Was that 7? No, 9. So there's 9 damage on the spear. Spear's at 10 damage already. prereq creative shocking here.
So many cards in hand now to be able to play with.
I mean, his spear is already going at swinging for 10. Really seeing a really good play of Jin here, and decent arcane, playing very well. Not really many upsets between both players.
So I think Rye still has around probably 8 cards in hand to contend with. Might be a good idea to push.
I mean, Resolute's
Shit
going to be the
damage.
biggest. It's going to a Resolute and a shield is going to cook him, right? He needs a little bit of damage. Here we go. Axiosite. So coming in, draws a card, and then one less to activate on his next card. Swinging for 1, swinging for 2, swinging for 3, bring for 20. That's now he knows that he doesn't. Well, either he's holding on that Resolute, but 3 coming in for his Resolute. I mean, if he has the unpreventable flaming lunge, right, it's just going to prevent. Is that a relentless outburst?
Ooh, relentless outburst. That might be it.
I mean, he didn't materialize a safeguard here. So relentless outburst until the end of target champion would take damage turn. They take that much plus 1. For every damage countering champion, deal 1 to other units. It's every 6. So there's currently 7 lots. So it'd be 7 lots of 14 damage that would come in through. And the way they're scooping, that's a good play.
Games is wrap. Game 1 the wrap.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. If you have the flaming, was it flaming lunge we talked about, the unpreventable charge or flaming charge that they have, like that's going to stop that shield as well. Or it's a very hard matchup. Peaceful and vanish, I guess, are the only 2 ways that you're going to stop the attack damage coming out.
Yeah, Jin's quite strong into Rye. Yeah, you need to see those certain peaceful reunions and cards just to stop generic combat.
Yeah, you kind of hopefully your sideboard here, you want peaceful reunion so you can hold in because you can still cast spells that would stop him from any swinging, and then you want to have just a safeguard needs to come out for that outburst, knowing if Josh knows to counter that, and then can you hold it for that instant of damage, Because then really it's a lot harder Jin to get those swings in, and he's sitting at 46. He wants to just end you in that one turn. I guess from Rat's side, like what is he sideboarding in, knowing he's playing?
Yeah, I don't reckon he runs the Crimson Presidents in main, but I think that is one of his sides that he will be cycling in for this matchup.
Yeah, stop the fireball hold bleeding.
Getting rid of the cleaves because it's not too useful for him here. The cleave is called the Hemorrhaging Rend.
Yeah, I don't think you'll need Hemorrhaging Rend. You'd sideboard that out.
Maybe bring in some, I'm not sure if he main boards them, but the Bloodbound Blade Swarm as well. Quite a strong ally to have on the board. So just even if a Resolute's played, if you've taken some damage, comes in for a bit of a hard-hitting ally. Quite hard to take care of as well with such a large health pool.
All right, new cards out. Now, I don't know who went first then last game. I think it was... I believe it was Rye?
It was the Rye. Yes. Josh H went first for game 1.
I mean, are you going first again? I feel like you are. Keep the advantage tempo. I mean, hopefully Josh also has, like we said, in response to the Berserker play coming out, if he had Spurn to Ash or Meltdown, could delete that item. But again, if you're not playing these games weekly, you're not challenging these Jin players, you're not keeping these in your sideboard. You're, what does your rider usually have in its sideboard to what it counts? It's probably more ally decks, right?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I know whenever I was playing a Rye, I would typically run main board cards that were going into allies, so like the Peaceful Reunions as well as the Resolutes. I would say the Rye would definitely have some Spurn to Ash, because unfortunately Reduced to Ash doesn't work because I think it has to be a 0 cost Regalia, whereas like the Breastplate as well as the Spear are all 1 cost, so they're
Yeah, yeah.
quite difficult to get rid of.
Meltdown would work, correct?
Meltdown will work, but it has to be played at slow. So yeah, Meltdown as well as Spurn to Ash, they will work.
Right.
So
He's
you
opted to
can't
go
get the
second
nice,
this
easy.
time. I think. I guess, dude, so it looks like Serene. So running Serene, okay, we're saying like we talk about Serene Spirits. You're here because you want to glimpse 6 cards and determine what you want in your early hand as Gen. Like, what are you looking for in those early gens, right? We're looking, I'm guessing, did he dungeon guide? He's looking for a dungeon guide. And then what else is he looking for?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Am I back? Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I had a slight disconnect there. I'm all good now. What'd you say? Sorry, mate.
Serene Spirit. Like, what are you glimpsing here? What are you looking for as Gen, do you think?
So you just want to make sure you don't have a very heavy Exia hand. I think this variant that Rat is playing tonight does have quite a fair amount of Exia cards in hand. So just you want to see your Creative Shock, you want to see your Floating Memory, Hasty Messengers, just a lot of cards early game, cremations even, just to help you cycle through your deck, push you to 3, so that way by the time you hit 3, you'll have a handful of Exia that you can interact with. Plus having the Recover 6 as well, when your opponent's trying to push lethal on you, can be quite strong.
Yeah, and I guess
Can catch
that.
a lot of people out.
Yeah, the Recover 6. I guess, and you're not really playing fire cards. I guess we're talking about that unpreventable. That unpreventable movie is a fire card, but I guess that's probably the only card you would play late game that is fire after you're released. You could still do a lot of damage outside of that isn't fire.
Yes, yes.
Yo, what's
No,
up, Doors? Welcome to the stream,
yeah.
man. We're on the last
Welcome
game,
back,
game
Doors.
3. So coming in. We're having a Rye versus Jin game right now.
Yeah, game 2
2.
currently. Jin took out round 1.
If Limelight's around, do we actually know how these two have performed tonight? Their matchups?
I believe they were initially on table 2, but they've been brought to the feature match. So I believe they're both 2-0 at the moment. So 2 wins, 0 losses. But I will double check the Omnidex link.
Right in the last round? Yeah, I think so. There's only best of 3. There was a few player matches today.
Oh no, sorry. So Rat is currently oh no, this is the old link you've given me, mate, on the thing here.
Oh yeah, I need to learn to update before we launch all the previous settings on the live channel on YouTube. It would be the lot. Someone's like last week was like the Omnix ident. I've got to remember to copy and paste it across. So Creative Shock was played. We got level 1 Jin coming out. $20 minutes.
So Rat is 1 win, 1 loss, and Josh H. He must have a different name. I know he's 1 loss, 1 tie. Okay. So Rye hasn't really been performing too great tonight, unfortunately. Could have been a lot of hard matchups earlier in the night. Lots of allies just rushing into him. So yeah, Rye in the last match feature table.
Is that the token for the backup charger?
Yeah, I'm not sure who the artist is. I know Rat's probably told me a couple of times the name, but I keep forgetting. But I believe there's a Patreon out there, and they do custom commission arts for spirits, tokens, various heroes, and regalia items. And yeah, you subscribe to the Patreon, and they send out a bunch of cards out to you depending on your tier every month.
That's sick.
Yeah, I'll have to double check with him at the end to get the name and send it to you, so that way I can remind myself, because I was thinking about picking up some at some point as well.
Yeah, Rye has it hard. Sealing Orb 2 just sort of breaks your deck. Yeah, Sealing Orb is definitely an interesting card. I haven't seen it played much, though.
Yeah, I can't say this season I've seen it played into me, but very strong. Especially into like Sylvies as well with the slimes. Double DG.
That double DG right now? Is that what we're witnessing?
Perfect. I love it. The next turn, Breastplate will come out and just start drawing extra Hexia cards.
Right.
Taking in the 4 and passing turn there.
Double DG. Jin the Undying. Dor says it's Lucky Customs, I believe. Lucky Customs. Alright, bit of damage coming to Josh. You're in a hot spot right now. You've got double GG. You've got a Jin already did insane damage last game. This is just hard times for Rye. It's like a past turn. Things are being woken up. Banish coming out. Breastplate coming straight off the bat. Looking for that chance to draw. 3 unprintable damage coming out from Rat.
So yeah, with this, you could push damage quite early. Level 2 only, so not much interaction you can do apart from like a free play Resolute.
I mean, it's just going to, even though it's the chip damage here. Discard and draw. Seven
Discarding
damage.
Clumsy. Dungeon Guides, taking him to 7.
Oh, there's the Blades one we were talking about.
Not coming in for too much at the moment, since it requires +1, 10 damage counters to give +1 to it. So coming in for 3 only currently as it stands.
The Blood and Bond Blade Swan. So class bonus gets +1 for every 10 counters on the champion. So it's currently 3/6. And when Blade Swan is dealt damage, deal it to your champion. So it's target, you can mirror that damage. Coming into 10 damage now with Josh. Oh, I've been calculating the wrong way. You are correct. Thors, I'm getting to that 9:30 zombie hour of production. Our Lifestyles Rather, Ascent really showed how Bladesworn can shine. Turns out when you want to take damage anyways, Bladesworn really has no downside. Is there, when you're talking about it still takes the damage, correct? If you hit 6 damage into Bladesworn, your champion will take 6, but it will take still the 6 damage.
So whenever Bladesworn is dealt that much damage to your champion, yeah. So yeah, they take damage, your champion will also take that damage as well. So it kind of deters people from dedicating any damage into it, because it will just increase the damage counters for other various attacks that Jin's capable of throwing out.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the sideboard to deal with this. Like game before, he didn't have a Bladesworn. He didn't invest many allies. He was behind the ball. I mean, yeah. I think Josh opted to go second here too as well, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And I mean, I think it's just showing the strength of Jin here. I mean, the double DG was quite unfortunate. That's 2 out of the 4 he draws. He won game one. Rat won game 1, yeah, with a relentless outburst. Yeah, exactly. You can't really trade into it because it's stacking doing self-damage win cons, not to mention it's a huge ally. Yeah, correct.
Definitely. Even like Voltaic Sphere, which comes in for so much damage if it hits an ally, comes in for 5.
Yeah.
Still can't take care of that. So it's
Yeah,
it's
3
very rough.
costs, 3, 6, and it only gets stronger.
Quick play creative shock from Josh, dropping a Voltaic Spear.
Could deal 3
response to
damage with.
materialization.
Do you Voltaic for 3 there? Must be damage
No,
with 2.
he discarded the Voltaic on the creative shock.
Thor says, Limelight, you like the Vanitas top 8 conversion and Ascent?
It was great.
Right, coming at 12. Interesting here that, like, am I wrong saying Rat's swinging 1 damage here, but if he did Spear first, these 2 would come in for 2 damage each, right?
Yeah, but whether or not he wants to show his hand at the moment, because Josh does have some cards up. So just thinking about pushing some small chip damage into Rye to see how much he can really poke it before it starts becoming to a point of lethal. Because you don't want to dedicate a big swing into Rye and just have it be completely
True,
inut with a Spell Shield Arcane.
I'm really liking this deck that Rat's brought tonight. Interested to see what beat him. Cards in hand and passing. What do you do here? It was Wind Jin allies beat him. Amira Jin, there you go. Zephydi's played 2 games in a row.
That's right.
Yeah, it is. Jin regains influence so fast. He double DGs this game and he's already back at 7. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Typical Jin play. The breastplate just comes in clutch.
Real? I just think you scoop and run home crying. Never bling Rye again. Got to play an honest champ like Merlin Dawes. We've already watched Merlin clean up today against a Kong Ming. I don't hear it, man. We know that Crux is Necrotic's best element of choice.
Crux good.
Is there a chance to see Jen's deck list? What we might look is we'll check out with Limelight. The problem with deck list is like because the Omnidex event, like it doesn't set up, it gets a bit complicated. People submitting deck lists for the event to start. It's more casual, so they don't have it. But what we might do is next week on the announcement, ask people if they want to share their deck list. They can for players. Looks like a big lot of damage this one. There's an Arcane Blast.
Yeah, Arcane Blast for 11, pushing it to 17 on wrap.
He says, thank you. You've just given my Bloodswarm now plus 1 more attack.
Thank you very much. And then when the breastplate triggers as well, if it ends turn here,
Yep.
20, so it'll be +2.
Thank you very much. Says try and do another, I guess another 11 damage puts him to 28, but that's still not end phase. That's dope. The HPs and card grabber here are all cool improvements to the layout. Thanks, Doors. I hope you appreciate it. I've updated us. I'd like to, like, I haven't worked out like the names here. Adding the text in OBS to make these actual fancy would be pretty good. But I've definitely updated, yeah, the cards. You can see the cards now.
Oh, look at that. Chalice of Blood going to 20 on the breastplate. Pop Chalice, draw 2.
Let me draw, dude. Let me draw, dude. Creative and pre-rec.
4 for easy, easy.
Easy. Puts his floating in. And when he brings out his silver spear here, he's going to deal prevent, draw a card again. Go for it. Looking for one. All right, Kenna, I'll take it to the team. What if we can do like post deck lists as well on the video will be saved and upload onto the YouTube like deck list.
Yeah, it's up to everyone's individual discretion whether or not they're willing to share deck lists. That's the thing.
There's Resolute.
Alternative cost as well.
I mean, you can still enough for Relentless, I guess.
Yeah, it won't come in for too much Relentless though.
Streamlabs makes making things prettier a lot easier. OBS, you get a lot more of the assets outside import in, but stable than Streamlabs. Well, because I stream on the side, I have a streaming PC with Streamlabs all set up for my streaming, and so I'm using my main computer and I don't have a Streamlabs login, so I've just set it up so that I'm just using OBS to make it easier. 2 damage coming in there, looks like, from the blood. I just don't have, like, I could import, yeah. Kind of make it clear or set up or nicer or counters. I guess I could have a better counter thing so it changes neater because the numbers be easier. I just don't know how to get a fancy text on OBS. Yeah, true. Guess you just, yeah.
Very close to lethal, but just not there yet.
Coming in from Men Flash.
Yeah, it kind of needs to. Not knowing possibly what fast plays are going to be done here at the end. 2 fireballs coming in for 10 damage would be enough to see the game out.
Still sitting on that terrain too. God. This feels unstoppable. With 8 heal, back to 12. Josh.
8 cards in hand, very nice.
Wow. And he double DG'd. Would you believe it?
No draw for turn because of the Resolute. Empower 1, bring in Tome of Sacred Lightning.
The new book giving Riot soft +1 is really dope. Plus double in power.
I think Josh must have drawn something bad into memory because we can see face palm. That's the Rye experience, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he is not happy about something.
No. Doesn't want to lose that to the Sacred Lightning tap, I don't think. Yeah, they're really not happy.
What do you think he was looking for?
It's probably a fireball, I would say. Banish for content. May as well just send it, eh? Passing turn. Ouch. Must have been that bad. Banish for content.
I have no idea what the card that is.
Which one?
Is it the flame thing? The card he just placed down the side?
Dragonstorm. Yeah, Dragonstorm Firepolar.
I've not seen that card played.
Paying the additional cost of fire to materialize it from grave.
Dragon's Dawn, additional cost. Chose card, banish 3, and from grave on attack, and we discard a fire on the card and have dragons deal 200 damage to champion. If you do this attack, it's +2 and gains on hand, draw a card. Okay. Like,
Quite risky because if there's champion spell shields, then you're not going to get that on hit, I don't believe.
Rat going up to 15 now.
And he's got a hand size of 24, so all good.
Yeah, you know, we talked about earlier, like, if I was playing my my mandate, holy, this guy, John D's mandate, no. No more for you. Going for the swing. Actually, with the swing with the dragons here to draw a card instead of like going for. I guess he doesn't have the high damage where he's going to use his Shang-Li to go for lethal. He's going to just use cards here. Still going to come in for 4.
Yeah. Discarding a fire elemental card from hand.
It will then buff up his other ally because he's now swung with. So that's going to come in for. Use that. Oh, I guess if it does it take. Has he taken the 2 from the damage?
Yeah.
Going to 23 now and drawing a card.
The end of the game can be done here with the
Can't see Rat. Has Rat gone up from 15? I think he has.
No, he's still sitting on 15.
Yeah. Right, can't really one man Zelis since you can play leader 1 ally. Yeah, I know. It's we were saying before. It's just a terrible. Rise, like, you know. Well, I think if you had a lot of peacefuls here and vanishing, and then you could also you have to play a lot to kind of meltdowns and play around him. Like, didn't have safeguard throwing around that isn't a safeguard out to counter the relentless. I think Rat's taking the win there.
Yep, that's it. Still had the allies.
I think he's yelling at whatever this money, whatever the is that, what card is that?
Disintegrate. Okay.
That's the one he put into memory.
Yeah, it's probably the only one copy he runs in the deck as well, most likely. And he's probably saying it. Should have played Arcane Sight. Drawed the card, gained a level. He's throwing his cards down. Yep, not happy.
Josh is not happy. That's a big upset for the right player. Well, guys, what a night. We'll transition back to the caster couch. It's not really a couch. It's kind of the casting chair of 2 bearded men. Best friends. We used to play COD together at his mum's house to all hours. We used to drink lots of Coke. You can tell the lasting effects of Coke on my body, less on Matt's beautiful physique. But, you know, friendships were made, you know, in that. And here we are today. The Grand Archive is now 2 old men living our wildest dreams with our waifus and playing with this great community. So it's great to be here and enjoy this with you, my friend.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Fantastic catch up tonight, as always.
What was your highlight of the evening before we sign off for this week's webcam?
Oh, definitely the face palm on the right. That was just icing on the cake, that one.
Different frustrations of players, and that's okay. And that's how the RNG of the card game can also work. You know, it's not always, there's a bit of skill and there's also a bit of RNG to this game, and that's why we love it. So I guess from us and the Creative Shock team, thank you for hanging out. If you're here all night, I appreciate your support. Please like, subscribe to content here with Creative Shock. We've got a Training Grounds video coming out today. Me and Matt and Cameron will be making another one this week around Jin and Kongming. There's some decks coming out with that. We've also got Illusive TCG. Thanks for hosting us and letting us webcam and cars for you. They do, of course, the webcam 6:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time for 3 hours, 3 games. It's very welcoming. It's free and great to get your practice in. We've got NZ Ascent coming up. Of course, myself, MrReeeee, Necrotic will be there. We'll do some Patreon to see his back tattoo of Ensol. Look out for that. Otherwise, yeah, I'd love to see you all around. Please see you in NZ Ascent. And thanks for being around. Any last words from you, Necrotic, before we say goodbye?
Yeah, no, I'm going to get this tattoo sorted out in the next month, I guess. Especially for starting up this fun, but nah, it's been great. Thank you very much all for having me on today, MrReeeee, and of course Creative Shock. Good games today, and all the best.
That would be a dream, Doors, but at the moment I'm playing, so I'm a player. I'm playing away at the moment, so I'll be running a Nico deck as my plan, and I'm gonna send it. So don't tell other people that Nico's the play. Okay, that's the secret tech. Now the Vanitas is in the bin. So, but yeah. Thanks for a wonderful night. My name's MrReeeee, with me Necrotic, and you've been watching Creative Shock and been playing with Illusive TCG. So peace out. We'll see you next week.